Welcome to Neosho Wildcat Football live on KNEO.org. This is a presentation of the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. You're now locked into the official pregame show of the Neosho Wildcats. This is your home for every sack, interception, and touchdown. Now, let's go live to the game site for all the action.
People's Bank of Seneca, we care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, we've dedicated to providing excellent customer service across the four-state area, ensuring that every experience is exceptional. Visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. Learn more at peoplesbankofseneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you're growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10-plus acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
Compton CPA Group PC, located at 112 Northwood in Neosho, is a full-service accounting firm and is proud to support the Neosho Wildcats. Compton CPA Group PC can assist you at every stage of your financial life and help you work toward your financial goals. From tax preparation to bookkeeping services, Compton CPA Group PC has you covered. For all your tax and business affairs, call 417-451-2932 or learn more at ComptonCPAGroup.com.
Looking for a bank that puts community first? Look no further than First Community Bank. With our friendly service, convenient locations, and a wide range of financial products and services, we're here to meet all your banking needs. Whether you're saving for the future, buying a home, or starting a business, we're committed to helping you achieve your financial goals. Come experience the First Community Bank difference today. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC.
Sam Gorman and Aaron Mitchell are your specialty risk insurance agents for Neosho and the surrounding area. They've been involved in Neosho sports since their own high school days and know the importance of athletic competition and how it teaches students life lessons every day. For all your home, auto, life, farm, ranch, and crop insurance needs, call Sam Gorman today at 417-850-5116 or Aaron Mitchell at 417-483-8337. You can also learn more online at specialtyriskinsuranceagency.com. Go Wildcats!
Hi, this is Pastor Mike from Calvary Neosho, and I want to take a few moments to give you hope today. Are you feeling overwhelmed with the daily struggles of affording rent, paying for groceries, buying gas? I want you to know that there is a God who is big enough to handle all these problems and bring you relief. He wants you to live free from worry and stress. James 4:2 says you have not because you ask not. Have you asked God to help you today? For KNEO Radio, I'm Mike Leake.
And welcome back. We are at John Roderick Stadium in Webb City, Missouri. And welcome Wildcat fans, as we said earlier. We want to welcome Wildcat fans from all over the country. And the reason for that, Luke, is the Wildcats are coming in here with a 4-0 record. And if we beat them here in their house tonight, it'll be the first time since 2014.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It really is. The Cats have got that 4-0 record, and that is the best start they've had in 30 years. So there's really some things that are lining up for our Cats.
Yep, the stars are aligned for them this week, and it's going to be exciting to see what happens next.
And Webb has got some wounded and injured. In fact, there were 4 of their players that were game-time decisions. They come in after they beat Lebanon. They beat them pretty handily in the first game of the year. Then they fell to Nixa by 21-55. And they fell to Kickapoo, who we beat pretty handily, 23-26, and last week they lost to Ozark, 14-20. Coach Ryan McFarland is in his second year, and if I'm repeating myself, I apologize because we've got some technical issues. We're trying to make sure that we get worked out good. Their big running back, Slade Hurd, got hurt in the very first ball game of the year, and he's been hobbling around. However, he did play a little bit of wide receiver last week and ran the ball 2 or 3 times, and I see he's starting again tonight. Coach McFarland says this. He says that if there is a issue with their ball club, it's on the offensive and defensive line. And with the offensive and defensive lines that we've got, I can't see us doing anything but having our way and controlling the trenches. And you know as well as I do, if we win in the trenches, we got a great chance of winning the ball game. So we were excited about that. This ball game is going to get underway about 7 o'clock. It is homecoming here in Webb City. So they'll have their homecoming festivities, and we'll kind of talk our way through that. Defensively, Webb City sets up with a 4-man down line, 4 wide receivers, or 4 linebackers, and then sometimes they'll flip between 2 safeties and 3 safeties. So we'll look for that as well. Hey, the Cats have got a lot of experience on both sides of the ball, and we're going to take another timeout. This is the pregame show. It is brought to you by ProLube Tire and Auto Center. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout. We're going to come back and talk about our Cats, and we've got a lot to talk about yet this evening. We're going to have the keys to the Cats and the starting lineups all before this ball game gets underway about 7 o'clock. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
You see them in museums. You read about them in books. Even the Bible talks about them. They're idols. People worship these false gods throughout ancient history. Of course, we don't do that anymore. Or do we? Billy Graham.
We have gods today. Our gods are not made of marble and wood, but are chrome-plated and modern. Fashion, fortune, ease, ambition, self-seeking, entertainment, these are our gods.
What happens when we replace the one true God with these false gods?
We are separated from God. And the great need of the human race at this hour is reconciliation to God. And that's why Jesus Christ came.
Find out how a personal relationship with Jesus Christ can bring you closer to God. Go to findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. It's from the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is New Mac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is newmac.com or 417-451-1515. Newmac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your Touchstone Energy Partner.
It's time for the Brandon Towdy Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Newmac Electric. Now here's Coach Brandon Towdy.
Welcome to the Coach Brandon Towdy Show. We have Coach Towdy with us. Coach, great victory the other night at homecoming in front of the hometown crowd that actually produced some fireworks.
Yeah, it was a great night. It was a great day with the parade and the community showing up for the parade and the pep rally downtown, and then everybody just coming over to Bob Anderson and creating a great environment for the kids, and then they had fireworks before the game and after the game, and just really kind of went all out. So that's a testament to our administration and Coach Kilgore at the AD and what they were able to do to put it on as far as the fireworks and all that kind of stuff, and they created a cool environment and a testament to the community for just how much they support these kids.
Well, it was a long day for the kids, but one did for Welch showed us he still had a lot of energy when he came to the ballpark, didn't he?
He did, and Denver just started hot from the very beginning and just kept running hard. He had 3 touchdowns and ran really hard, and he only had 11 carries, so it wasn't like he had to have a ton of touches, but when he did, he made the most of them.
We saw something happen, yet you continue to surprise us with the weapons that you got. We saw Soriano take the ball on both the kickoffs and punts, and he had 119 yards just in receiving yards on those 2 pieces.
He's just such a dynamic athlete, and he helps us in all 3 phases of the game. He's a great cover corner, and will lock down just about anybody in the conference, and does a great job out of wide receiver for us, and then he kind of showcased his kick return abilities on Friday night. And you got the kind of speed that he does. Every time he touches the ball, he's got a chance to take it to the house.
Have you got an update for us on Tomlinson?
We don't. It's questionable right now. It's kind of a day-by-day thing. So, we're just taking it day by day, and we'll know how he's feeling that day, I guess.
Okay. All right. I'd like to talk for just a few minutes about Brock Pyle. There is a young man. He's a junior. He had 3 catches the other night. Normally we see him breaking out and cutting across the middle, but he did a couple of other things to include being in that slot back position and blocking for Welch and Spiva in order for them to pick up yards.
Brock plays our 8th position, and we have a lot out of that position. They have to be able to play wide receiver and play in space, but then also come into the box and block in the run game like a lineman. And so it's a really tough position physically, but also mentally. You got to be smart, and outside the quarterback, that's probably the toughest position in our offense. They have to understand the entire blocking scheme and passing scheme and make it all fit together. He's done a great job for 2 years now of just kind of holding our passing game with our run game and doing a lot of that dirty work that a lot of people don't want to do.
And hey, he's not the biggest kid on the field either, is he?
No, he's not, but he's a strong kid and works hard in the weight room, and he's smart, so he understands leverage and angles, and able to take on some of those bigger guys in the blocking game.
Let's talk about Patterson. He had a couple of big last week, and that seems to be his forte, doesn't it?
It does. He's just a big play guy. He does in the kicking game, and kind of like Soriano does on defense and offense as well. And he's had some huge plays on offense, had some really big moments. And I think what maybe has surprised some people is he just runs through tackles and refuses to go down. But it doesn't surprise any of us on the coaching staff or on the team, because he's got a lot of heart, and that guy wants to be successful and do it for his brothers just as much as anybody.
He's like a lot of our ball players, playing on both sides of the ball, but Brody Crane had 18 tackles the other night.
Brody's had a great year. He's done some stuff returning kicks and on special teams, and just really been rock solid on defense all year long. And he's a sure tackler, and he's strong and a great athlete. Everybody knows he's a great baseball player, but he's also a great football player, and he doesn't miss a lot of tackles, and that was showcased on Friday night just with his physicality and the way he played the game. And to get 18 tackles is pretty incredible, especially in this conference, but he was able to do it, and it just shows the durability of his body and the mindset he has.
Well, he kind of plays the up back on kickoffs, and I got to tell you, if I was kicking the ball off, I would kick it away from him, but he gets a hold of the ball and actually runs like a fullback.
Yeah, he does. he's dangerous with the ball in his hands, and I think he ends up with the ball a lot of times because our returners are so explosive, which we already kind of touched on, but with Noah and Boston back there and Phoenix and some of the other guys we put back there, so they try and kick away from those guys. But I think they find out pretty quick once Brody gets the ball in their hands that they don't really want to kick it to him either because he's tough to bring down.
Yeah, he really is. We got a couple of sophomores that are playing defense for us, Kobe McGee and Jackson Nestle. They have really come into their own. Each one of them had 10 tackles the other night.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a great job. They both were really good as freshmen and really good in junior high coming up, so we knew they were going to be special, and they've done a great job continuing to work. It's tough to play as a sophomore in this conference, especially on the defensive side of the ball with the physicality of the teams we see, but their work in the weight room and over the course of the summer has prepared them for this moment, and both of them just continue to make big play after big play. And Corbin went down early in the first game, and Colby stepped in for him and has done a great job, and Jackson has slid into that open spot on our D-line, and he hasn't disappointed.
Well, you know what that does more than anything else is it gives those underclassmen a little bit of motivation and says, hey, if those guys can do it, I can too, and it's going to pay dividends in the future, I bet.
Yeah, it really will, and we've got a lot of underclassmen that are capable of playing on Friday nights, and a lot of them showcase that on special teams, or they kind of come in and spell some of those upperclassmen on offense and defense, and there's some that are extremely talented, but we're just really deep right now. A lot of those sophomores probably would have started on past teams we've had, but we're really deep and kind of senior heavy right now. So some of those guys are getting to learn and play some JV and get experience that way before they're asked to play a lot on varsity. And that's a big reason why our JV's 4-0 as well, and has been playing really well.
We're in Webb City right now, and here's a Webb City team that is 1-3, probably among the worst starts that they've had all year. But it's Webb City and Neosho. We're expecting a ball game, aren't we?
It's going to be a great ball game. It's going to be a physical ball game. The temperature's starting to cool down a little bit and starting to feel like fall. So, this is exactly what everybody loves is this time of year. And you got two great football teams that are going to battle it out, play physical. And I know Webb City's record probably isn't what they wish it would be or what they're used to it being, but they're still a really good football team. I mean, they've lost to 3 Class 6 schools, and the last 2 have been kind of at the very end of the game where either team could have won, so they could be sitting here, at 3-1 very easily. And they played Nixa really well. I mean, Nixa's kind of ran all over everybody, and Webb City was within a score at halftime, which nobody else has been able to do. So Webb City is no slouch, and they've had a couple injuries that's similar to us throughout the season, but I think they're starting to get some of their guys back. So we know we're going to get their best shot, and we're excited about it. And, this is the reason our kids work so hard is for Friday nights like this.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us, and the very best of luck tonight against Webb.
I appreciate it. Go Cats.
You've been listening to the Brandon Towdy Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by New Mac Electric. We'll be back with more Wildcat football after this on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
The sting of inflation. You're feeling it at the grocery store, the gas pump, and just about anywhere else you would spend money. Inflation is a reminder that the value of things can be pretty volatile. That's very different from the value of your soul. That never changes.
Jesus said, one soul is worth the whole world.
Billy Graham.
Your soul is valuable because of God's concern. God doesn't want you to be lost. He wants you to be saved, so much so that He gave His Son on the cross for your sins.
Now it's up to you to respond. Admit you're a sinner. Ask God to forgive you and to come into your life. We can tell you more. Call us, 855-255-PRAY, 855-255-PRAY, from the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Welcome back to John Roderick Stadium. We're in Webb City, Missouri, and it is homecoming, and what you're seeing out there is the homecoming festivities. John Ball, Luke Taylor, and Sam Pryor ready to get this ball game underway, but before we do that, we want to talk about some of the experience that the Cats have. The Cats have got a lot of experience on both sides of the ball. with the likes of Tyce Harden and Bryce Warren, who have been playing both sides of the ball. Senior Nathan Rogers has come into his own, as well as Romario Fluentes, who also has the kicking responsibilities. Defensively, the Cats have got two sophomores that are helping lead the way. Kobe McGehee, who had 10 tackles last week. Jackson Ertl, who had 10 tackles last week from his defensive end position. Gage Brunstad and Everson Tomlinson are both. Everson's not active yet, but they have been active juniors. And an otherwise senior-laden defensive, of course, there's the likes of Brody Crane, who had 18 tackles last week. And he's also one of the upbacks on the kickoff team. And he, along with Soriano, have shown the kicker who not to kick to, because Noah Soriano, a returnee from Joplin, has returned the ball 3 times for 45 yards last week to put the Cats in great position.
Yep.
When Crane gets hold of the football, he acts like a fullback, and he runs up and been in that up back position. Between the two of them, they've given the Cats some great opportunities. So we're excited about that. The Cats are coming in 4-0. Largely on the backs of Denver Welch, who in the backfield, by the way, last week had 3 touchdowns. Senior quarterback Cade Spiva, whose speed has not only made him a double threat when we have the RPO going on, because he's just as apt to run. Last week he had 197 yards passing, another 77 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns. So hopefully we're going to catch these Cardinals on their heels while they're watching to see just exactly what Spiva's going to do. Threw the ball last week, as we said, 94 yards of that, and a touchdown went to Boston Patterson. Hudson Williams had 2 touchdowns, and also Soriano, who, by the way, runs the 100 in 10-6.
Wow.
Was in the midst of it, as well as the guy that probably gets busted up more than anybody else, and that's Brock Pyle. He's going to be on the inside, and he's going to be on the outside. He, along with the quarterback, has got to know where every play is. Sometimes he's going to cut across the middle for a catch. Sometimes he's going to run down the sidelines for a catch. Sometimes he's going to line up in the slot back position, and he is going to block. So the Cats have got a whole lot going for them, and of course, junior Will Ebbinghaus last week on PATs, and he also has the field goal duties. He was 6 for 6. Another big number for the Cats, Luke, is the fact that last week we were 8 of 10 on third down conversions. That means 8 times when we got to third down, we went ahead and got across, so we got the new first down. And there's been a couple of times, of course, we did that with the 4 downs as well. Let's take a time out right now. This is the pregame show. It's being brought to you by ProLube Tire and Motor Center. And we're going to also thank them for what they do with pregame show sponsorship, but we want to thank some of the other folks we've got. We want to thank Crowder College, we want to thank Numac, and we want to thank our newest sponsor, which is Arvest Bank in Neosho. And stay tuned at the end of the ball game for the coaches show, which they sponsor, and Coach Towdy will be up here, win, lose, or draw, and we'll get to hear about the ball games. And of course, we want to thank Freeman Sports and
Freeman Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Yeah, I got it right here in a minute. For everything they do for us, they help us out throughout the entire ball game. So we'll take a 3-minute timeout, and we'll be right back. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
At Calvary Neosho, we aren't your grandmother's church, because she lives in Akron, Ohio, and that would be a terribly long commute for church. But if she did live in Neosho, we at Calvary would be delighted to have her come visit us. And since you live here, we would definitely like you to come visit us. Then, when your Nana comes to visit for Christmas, you can bring her to church and introduce us to her. We're sure she is a delightful lady. You can find us at Facebook /Calvary of Neosho, or join us in person at 3650 Oak Ridge Extension. We gather for worship Sundays at 10:30 a.m. a.m. Calvary Neosho. Not your grandma's church, but we'd sure like to meet her.
Locally owned, operated, and here for you. Check out the new face of the Neosho Daily News, covering Newton County, highlighting area residents, businesses, school news, sports, and more. Find us on Facebook at Neosho Daily News or call 417-451-1520. Go get 'em, Wildcats!
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Family Market, located at 201 North Neosho Boulevard, is your friendly hometown grocery store with delicious deli and the best selection of fresh meats and beautiful produce. Family Market can also take care of all your catering needs. Whether your upcoming event is big or small, Family Market can handle it all. Call 451-0057. That's 451-0057. Check out the Family Market Facebook page for weekly specials. Go Wildcats from Family Market of Neosho.
I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm for working hard for what you get and then protecting what you've got. Your home, your vehicles, your life. I'm for making an honest living and taking pride in what you do, and for giving back to the community I call home. I'm for serving my clients with the respect and dignity you would expect from the farmers that started this company. And though I know you probably hope you never need me, I'm here for you when you do. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and if you're a Missourian, I'm for you.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
And welcome back. We're out here at Cardinal Stadium getting ready for the matchup between Neosho and Webb City. Up here in Webb City, 18 minutes and 15 seconds until kickoff. And we do want to congratulate, actually, the homecoming king and queen who were just announced a few moments ago. That was Andrew Young and Mia Langford. And so you can hear the applause for them right now. They were just announced as this year's homecoming king and queen up here in Webb City. And let you know the Keys for the Cats here from John Ball in just a moment. Keys for the Cats is sponsored by State Farm agent Eric Norris in Neosho. Located at 437 West Kohler Street in Neosho, Eric and his team offer a variety of insurance services for individuals and businesses. Learn more online at ericnorrisinsurance.com or by phone at 417-451-6666. Go Wildcats!
All right, Luke, we're going to talk about the Keys for the Cats. What have the Cats got to do in order to win tonight? Our C stands for confidence. Our confidence is riding high, and rightfully so. This is the first 4-0 start since 1994. The last time we beat Webb City here, as we said earlier, at their house was 2014. We have all the ingredients to win tonight. Let's just remember who we are and how we got here. Hard work and discipline. It's our time, and let's make the very most of it. A stands for attack. Webb City is 1-3. They've got all kinds of injuries for the better part of the season, and that's a big part of why they're where they are. But we're a better ball club, and this game is ours for the taking. Attack and keep attacking. We've got the firepower with Welch coming off a 3-touchdown performance last week, and Spiva performing the way that he did with 195 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 77 rushing yards. T stands for tackle. Our defense can bring it down on Webb City's ears. It's just that simple. Last week we had 5 defenders, count them, 5 in double digits tackles. Our front 4 has done a phenomenal job of keeping pressure on a junior quarterback that has had not a whole lot of playing time this year for Webb City. S stands for stand tall. We win tonight, the ride home is going to be really, really sweet. So let's go, Cats. Let's let them have it.
All right.
All right, and speaking of cats, let's talk about another group of cats. Last night, our Lady Cats had a 2-hitter and won 3-0, largely on a 2-hit performance from Carly Kennard and a great defensive effort. Dirty Arnold was 2 for 3. Avon Blair was 2 for 3 as well, and a run scored. They're in Liberal tonight for a big tournament with at least 4 state-ranked teams. We go to Carthage on Tuesday. The first pitch will be at 5 o'clock. We will start the pregame show at 4:30. So be with us for that. Then Thursday night we come home and we play Willard. With that same time with that, the start off will be at 4:30 and the first pitch at 5. And then Friday night, guess what? We're back at the Bob. Bob Anderson Stadium, and we're going to take on Willard, a team that has been our nemesis for several years now, and we're going to let them know what this Wildcat team can do. So, hey, either listen to us and watch us on every one of those events or come on out. We'd love to have you. Carthage is about 25 minutes away. What a great road trip to welcome the Cats and show their support, and then come back home Thursday night and do the same, and then be at Bob Anderson Stadium. So,
well, we've had some long road trips this year, going to Lebanon, going to Glendale, and I tell you what, I'm more thankful for those home games than ever before.
Yeah, let's take another 2-minute timeout, and we'll come back with the starters. By that time, we'll be ready for the national anthem, and we'll be getting this ball game underway. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
The Sports Locker, located at 1206 Neosho Boulevard, Neosho, is a proud supporter and supplier of Neosho Wildcat Athletics. Open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. They carry all the biggest brands, including Under Armour, Nike, and Adidas sports apparel and equipment. Be sure to check out their Facebook page at Sports Locker Team Sales and Specials, or their number is 417-451-9300. Proud supporters of the Neosho Wildcats.
Clark Funeral Homes, with 2 locations, 312 South Wood Street in Neosho and Highway B at Highway 86 in Granby, is proud to be a part of these local communities. Established in 1890, they specialize in a variety of funeral service options, including traditional, cremation, and graveside services. They also offer monuments. Clark Funeral Homes, 417-451-2345, or online at clarkfuneralhomes.com, a sponsor of KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho serves the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer business banking services, including checking and savings accounts, business loans, and electronic banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, a proud sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, equal housing lender, member FDIC, where their slogan is Southwest Missouri Bank.
Okay. Welcome back out here to Webb City Cardinal Stadium. Everyone at the Neosho Daily News wishes the Wildcats good luck tonight. Let's go get that win.
Yeah, and we're going to go get that win. Let's talk about starters. We will start with the hometown Webb City Cardinals. On the offensive side of the ball, it's going to be quarterback Jackson Lucas, halfback Slade Hurd, fullback is Mason Williams. The center is Loudon Berdinger. The guards are Eric Lethan and Ryan Walker. The tackles will be Xavier Bates and State Kyle. The ends, and there will be 2 tight ends, and they'll flip from side to side, are Gus Carnes and let's see if I can see it. There it is. It's Fisher Derrick. They will have a slot end as well, and that's Joseph DeFagrined. On the defensive side of the ball, on the front line, it'll be Cooper Nielsen, Elijah Warwick, Brandon McKee, Gavin Stockstill. The linebackers will be Ryan Reed, Jackson Dodson, Brock Renfro, and Andrew Young. Then the safeties swapping back and forth will be Jane, and we'll take time out right now for the national anthem. right, now let me get back to where I was. The safeties, and they'll flip back and forth, will be Josh McDaniel, Brody Eggleston, and Mason Williams. For your Neosho Wildcats, coming in with a record of 4-0. Head coach is Brandon Towdy. Offensive coordinator is Dalen Whitehead. And defensive coordinator is Josh Sonas. It looks like this on the offensive side of the ball for the Cats. Quarterback number 7 was Cade Spiva, a senior. Running back in the backfield is number 4, another senior, Denver Welch. Wide receivers are number 1, Hudson Williams, number 2, Noah Soriano, number 25, Brock Pyle, number 6 is Boston Patterson. On the offensive line is number 71, another senior, Nathan Rogers. In place of injured Tomlinson tonight will be Gabe Brunstad. Number 66, Tice Harden, is the center. On the tackle side, it is Romero Fluentes and Bryce Warren. Now for the Cats on the defensive side. Defensive ends are Jackson Erstel and Tomlinson. Or not Tomlinson, he's not in. It will be Bryce Warren. And it's going to be Matthew Smith, Gabriel Brunstead, and Bryce Warren, as we said, in the linebacker's position. It'll be number 3, Trey Harden. 28 is Kobe McGehee. Number 13 is Brody Crane. The safeties will be Hudson Williams and Canton Smith. The 2 cornerbacks will be Noah Soriano and Boston Patterson. This ball game is going to be getting underway here in just about 8.5 minutes. We'll take another 3-minute timeout, and then we'll be right back. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the Neosho Wildcats and the KNEO Sports Network.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, and this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Joe Ringstaff, your Neosho Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Joe Ringstaff is a proud sponsor of the Neosho Wildcats on KNEO. For all your investment needs, call 417-451-7789 or stop by the office at 2502 Lusk Drive, Suite D in Neosho. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Hi, I'm Pastor Mike of Calvary of Neosho, and I want to take a minute to share grace with you today. And what is grace? Grace is when someone gives you something that you don't deserve. I haven't done anything to deserve God's forgiveness, but He gives it by His grace. I haven't done anything to deserve God's love, but He gives it by His grace. I haven't done anything to deserve a bright future, but God has made a way for me to have one by His grace. Titus 2 says the grace of God has appeared that offers salvation to all people. Have you accepted that gift of grace? For KNEO Radio, I'm Mike Leake.
Welcome back to Webb City. This is Luke Taylor. I want to take a moment to thank some of our sponsors before things get too crazy around here. People's Bank of Seneca, Missouri Southern State University, Happy Egg, Compton CPA Group, First Community Bank, Specialty Risk Insurance, ProLube Tire and Auto Center, Southwest Missouri Bank, and Farm Bureau agent Josh Dotson.
Well, Luke, the Cats come in scoring 40.5 points per game. In 4 ball games, they've scored 161 points. They've given up roughly 23 points a game, and Webb City has given up 28. So on paper, it looks like the Cats have got a little bit of work ahead of them, but certainly we're the dominant ball club as far as paper is concerned because we have that wide open offense that's been going on for 3 years, and the thing that has been lacking has been the defense, but boy, have they come to play.
And there's our Wildcats out there right now.
Yeah, and we're excited about getting this ball game underway. We are in a conference, by the way, with Webb City as well, so not only does this particular ball game have our conference ramifications, it also has the Class 5 District 7 ramifications. Right now, if we were to stop everything and we were to go to district, the Cats would be in the number 1 seed by virtue of the fact that they've played a couple of Class 6 teams and they actually have more points. They are 4-0 and they've had 50.14 points. Carthage is next. They're 3-1 and they've got 45. Then it's Grain Valley. They're 3-1 and they have 40. Ruskin up in the Kansas City area is 3-1. They've got 37. Then there's Webb City, who's 0-3. They've got 32 points. So a win here tonight would go a long ways towards getting us up in the top of the district before we even play Carthage towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an exciting ball game. Looks like we've got the captain's going out to the middle of the field, and looks like it's going to be Cade Spiva. It's going to be Boston Patterson. Looks like Noah's over there on the other side. Number 3 is
Trey Harden.
Trey Harden as well. So we're ready to go, and of course Cade Spiva is out there as well. We're getting ready. We're shaking hands with everybody, and we'll have the coin flip, and we'll be ready to go here in just a minute. We want to remind everybody you are watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. Brody Eggleston, whose father is a superintendent of schools over at Seneca, is out there. He's one of the seniors. He's also has the kicking responsibilities for Webb City. Looks like we're getting ready to flip the coin. The umpire is showing both heads and tails down on that side. And it looks like Neosho has got it, and they've deferred. So Webb City has the choice. And Neosho is going to defend the goal down on the, well, they're pointing both ways, but we're going to make up our mind here in just a minute. We're going to turn around and we're going to defend the goal on, looks like the south side, Luke. I don't have my compass with me, but I believe that's what it is.
That is the south side.
Yeah, and Webb City will defend on the north side. And I believe that Webb City probably has chosen to receive, which doesn't make for the Cats. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference one way or the other, because with the offense that we've got, a lot of times we'll choose to receive the ball, so we can get off and get rolling with that little pass on the flat down the sidelines.
Well, we are less than 1 minute now till kickoff, according to the scoreboard. So things are just about to get exciting out here.
Yeah, we'll try to get some scores for you from the Lady Cats as they're up in Liberal in that tournament as the game goes on, so you can be following them as well. We are at John Roderick Stadium in honor of a great coach and athletic director for Webb City Cardinals. And the officials are going over to their positions. It looks like maybe, if I can see over there, that Fuentes is over there. I believe the Cats are probably going to kick off. Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. The Cats will kick off. So what that means is the Cats will get the ball coming into the halftime. One thing about Webb City fans, they never give up. They keep going regardless of what team is out there. Looks like it is number 1 for Webb City. I'll have to get the... I'll look here real quick. And
here's
there's
the
kickoff. And it's taken by back number 1. That is Joseph DeGraffinen. And he makes it up to about the 32-yard line.
Yep, I think they're there at the 33.
So the Cardinals will set up shop there at the 33-yard line. They'll come out and they'll have Lucas as a quarterback. Then they'll have Hurd as the halfback. And then Mason Williams over there in the fullback position. And then they've got a slot back, number 18. And he moves around. It's a handoff, and it goes to Hurd, and he's stuck right there at the line of scrimmage. And he's tackled in there by Trey Harden. It was a group of Cats, but Trey Harden led the way through.
2 yards on the play. Second down and 8 for the Cardinals. From the 35, right on.
Be second and 8 for the Cardinals on the 38-yard line. Don't see the Cardinals passing just a whole lot, but with some of the hurts they've had in the backfield, they may be throwing the ball more than usual. Here comes the ball, and it's going to go right up the middle, and he's stopped right there. And that is Mason Williams, who's the ball carrier, and it was Bustede that made the tackle that time. And the Cats have got him. They may have picked up about a yard. That'll be 3rd and 7. Defense is wanting to make a real statement here, and this is the perfect time to do this. We can pin them back and make them punt the ball.
Well, Neosho's defense has been on point this year, and they're getting off on the right foot tonight.
Yeah, they really are. This is a good opportunity for them. You'll see the offense of Coach McFarland spread out just a little bit. And now they're going to change and move back, and Lucas is in the shotgun formation, and he gives the ball up, and there's some speed there, but I don't think they got up to the 44-yard line, and that was number 5, and that was Mason Williams, and he did get the first down. So he had all kinds of room over here on this side before Trey Harden could catch up with him and stop him. So 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at about the 50-yard line. Lucas under center. There's 2 wideouts over on the other side. And it's going to be give to Williams once again. And looks like the Cats are stopping him back. He's going to pick up about 3, I think, when they get through with. He's going to pick up about 2, so it's going to be 2nd and 8 from the 48. Number 1 is Graffindo over on the far end. And there's another. Here comes a ball, and it looks like it's going to be a... And the Cardinals have really got number 4, and he is picked up by Hudson Williams down on about the 9-yard line. A nice job by the Cats in that little quarterback option. Threw the ball down over to Williams, and he got down. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 6-yard lines, and Luke, looks like the Cats are going to have an opportunity to do what they did just a couple of weeks ago. They're going to have to show who's biggest right now.
Yep. They've done it before.
2 wideouts over on this side. Lucas underneath, and it's a handoff up the middle to Williams, and it's a stop. at about the 3-yard line.
8:50 left to go here in this first quarter.
That's going to be 2nd and goal, and here comes a couple of runners in. Grafton Reed is in once again, and looks like they will be content to maybe just go ahead, go right up the middle again, give the ball to Williams or Hurd. Lucas under quarter. Here comes it's a handoff to Hurd, and he's trying to get up in the middle, but he doesn't know where does he go.
They've stopped him again.
In fact, it looks like he stopped with no yards at all, so it will be 3rd down. 3rd and goal. And this is right in the Cats' wheelhouse right here. We'll set up. We've got our big 4 in the front of the line, and the linebackers will cheat in just a little bit. We might look for Lucas to do something like run out a little bit, give him some space, and try to throw the ball. Number 6 is Andrew Young. He's over on the far side, and here comes that pitch out again, and it's going to be a touchdown. As number 4 Hurd comes in on the far end, and then there's that wildcat off, or that quarterback option once again. And the Webb City Cardinals get on the board first with a score with 7 minutes and 26 seconds left. We'll be ready for the PAT. Number 24 is Jared Castro. Will be back for the PAT. And it's up and it's good. So with 7 minutes and 26 seconds left, the Cardinals draw first blood. The score is 7-0 in favor of the Webb City Cardinals. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
This is Pastor Barry Reel from the First Free Will Baptist Church of Neosho. Though our culture seems to be rejecting the idea of truth, we remain committed to obeying God's Word by speaking the truth in love. We would love to share God's truth and love with you. We're located at 960 Burr Crossing Road in Neosho, and we meet on Sunday mornings at 10:45 a.m. and then again on Sunday and Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Find us on Facebook at First Free Will Baptist Neosho or call 918-413-5465.
Tally Tire at 18152 East Highway 86 is a proud supporter of local high school athletics. Tally Tire is your full-service car and truck headquarters. They carry name-brand tires such as Nexen, Mastercraft and Uniroyal, ATC camper shells and bed covers, and do oil changes and tune-ups. Call Tally Tire today for all your automotive needs at 417-451-0457 or online at tallytire.com.
Well, we've got Brody Crane is back to receive the ball as the Cats will get the ball and they'll get their opportunity. We're going to have to pay a lot of attention to Lucas in that option. He ran it around the other end, then he ran it back to this end, and that was a little pitch out, and the Cardinals hit pay dirt first.
Now they know what to watch out for.
Soriano is one of the up-backs, and there's a kick that is going to go to Boston Patterson. He picks it up, and he comes around the far end, and I said that was Boston Patterson. It was not. Reagan Phoenix, it looked like. And the Cats will start on their own 33-yard line. And we'll have Spiva as the quarterback with Welch in the backfield with him. Over here on this side is Brock Pyle and Boston Patterson. Over on the far side is Soriano and Williams. We're going to take time out just a minute, as the Cats do a lot of times. They'll come up to the line and then they'll look at the coaches and see what's going on. The ball is snapped, and it's a give to Welch, and he goes right up the middle, and looks like he's got a chance of lost the ball, but he's got it, and he's going to pick up about 7 on the play. I'm sorry, he picked up about 8 on the play because it is 2nd and 2, and here we go again. And Welch comes right up the middle and gets the first down.
Yeah, that's enough for a first down.
And the Cats are going to come out and they're going to play a little smash mouth football, it looks like, and show the Cardinals that we can run on them. Spiva carrying the ball himself. I don't know whether that was a broken play or whether he just was a misdirection play, but he picked up about 6 yards on the play. It's the thing about Spiva, with the kind of speed that he's got and his ability to read the defense, he is a dual threat. Here comes the ball back to Spiva, and it's going to go, and he puts it in and takes it back out of Welch, and he comes up with a first down himself, down to the 40-yard line. Eggleston, one of the safeties, made the tackle right there, and one of the things we know, Luke, is you don't want if you're playing defense, you don't want your safeties making the tackles. That means that the runner's gotten through the line. Here comes the ball to Welch this time, and he's going to follow right on through, and looks like he's going to pick up about 4 on the play.
4 yards, 2nd and 6 from the 36-yard line.
Well, now the Cardinals have got 3 down men, then they've got 5, and then they've got 2. And here's another one that Spiva is going to come right up the middle, and he's still on his feet, and he's still moving, and he gets down to the 20-yard line. Made a cut back in and actually got rid of a couple of tacklers and got down to the 20-yard line, so the Cats are on the move.
They're making their way.
Empty backfield for Spiva. We've got 5 running outs, and Spiva just goes right up the middle on a dedicated quarterback sneak, and it's going to pick up about 5.
4 yards, 2nd and 6.
5:27 left to go in the first.
Yeah, the PA announcer doesn't agree with me. He says 4, so we'll go with 4. And Spiva underneath. Here comes out of the shotgun and goes to Denver Welch. Welch is hanging on to the ball, and he gets up makes it a 3rd down real manageable. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and about 2. Yeah, they're saying 1. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be, Luke. Cats are looking over at the Cat side, and there's a lot of noise. And here comes the ball right up through, and Denver Welch all the way up, and he's got the first down. He's down at the 5-yard line.
That was a good gain right there.
Great gain for the Cats. We got the first down. We got 4 to punch it in now. Welch is picking up between 4 and 5 yards a carry, as is Spiva. We continue to have 2 wideouts on each side. And here goes Spiva, and he gets all the way up to about the 2-yard line before they stop forward progress. And here comes the tank line, so to speak, and that's Coach's term for it, not mine. That's the tank. That is the bigger kids that are playing just specifically for these goal line stands.
Yep, I don't think they've failed this year so far.
No, they haven't. So, and we've even got Harden in there, and Harden comes through, and there goes all the way. We did not quite get it, I don't think. Spiva was being led by Harden, and he just dove, and he's got to be on about the 1-yard line.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Spiva is out because his helmet came off, and according to Missouri State rules, if your helmet comes off, you've got to be out for 1 play. So here comes quarterback Chase Kivett. His duties are basically holding for the PATs after, but he's got to be ready because Spiva's a senior and he's a junior. And they're set up and we're ready to go. And there it is, and it's given to Welch, and he's in for a touchdown.
There we
so
go.
Neosho Wildcats, with 3 minutes and 43 seconds left, have hit their own pay dirt. The score now is 7-6 in favor of the Cardinals. And here comes Will Ebbinghaus in. Hold is going to be Case Kivett. Ebbinghaus was perfect 6 for 6 last week. Cats coming, and that one hits and he misses it. That one hit the corner, so it was going to happen sooner or later, but that's okay. There are 3 minutes and 43 seconds left, and the Cats are down by 1. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Today's Wildcat game is brought to you by Edgewood Bowling Center of Neosho, Missouri. Located at 2811 Gardner Edgewood Drive, they now have new synthetic lanes for adult and children bowling leagues and a smoke-free environment. They also have a certified pro shop and hosting for private parties. They offer Cosmic Glow Bowling on Fridays and Saturdays after 8 p.m. To learn more about Edgewood Bowling Center and their leagues for adults and children, the phone number is 417-451-4505.
People's Bank of Seneca, we care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, we've dedicated to providing excellent customer service across the four-state area, ensuring that every experience is exceptional. Visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. Learn more at peoplesbankofseneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Welcome back to John Roderick Stadium in Webb City, Missouri. The Cats have scored, failed on the PAT because it was a tough put down for Kibbitt, and Ebbinghale speeding it up, didn't get there. But here's Fluente's kick. It's high and it's up in the air, and it's picked up by Graffarino, and he is hit hard at the 31, maybe 32-yard line. Leading the charge that time for the Cats was Lincoln Howard. So they'll take over on what looks like they're going to spot it about the 33-yard line. First and down right now for Webb City. Defensive Cats are thinking maybe they've got their number now, and we'll see if we can shut down that quarterback option where he pitches the ball out on either side to his backs. Lucas under center. Looks like it's a throw over to one side, and it's picked up, but then he's hit hard right in there by number 10, Caden Smith. Graffarinid was hit hard. It was a little side pass, but nice job that time by Caden Smith and Brody Crane in order to read that. Soriano out here on this side. There's two wide outs. Hudson Williams comes up from a safety position. He's almost in a cornerback position now. And the ball's going to be handed to the quarterback, and he's going to pick it up, and he gets knocked, hit hard, but he's not after the first down. Got into the secondary and got tackled by Trey Harden that time.
2:50 left to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, the Cats have certainly got their work cut out for them right now. This is the Webb City of old, and they are just kind of having their way on the offensive side of the ball. It's going to be a matter of whether the Cats offense can keep up with them. And the ball is handed off to Williams. No, that's to Hurd, and Hurd gets up about 3 yards maybe. Stopped in there by Bustede. Two more Cardinals come in, and it looks like the two tight end package is coming in for him. That is Derek Fisher and Gus Harris. And there's a wide out over on the far side. And now we're switching around, and we've got the two quarterback carry, keeper, and he's hit and he's drugged down by number 13, and that's Brody Crane, but that's still another first down. Cats are going to have to do something. We're going to have to go back and do what we did early in the year. The defense, specifically the front four, are going to have to step into the lane, and they're going to have to each one guard their own space. They control their space, and it makes it real difficult for the Cardinals from there. Lucas under the ball, and it's a give. And it was a reach in and hand it back out, and that was to Mason, and he got up to looks like about the
44,
or no, the 36-yard line.
30 yards on the play, 2nd and 7.
You know, this is a good time for the Cats to stop it right here. Cardinals have come out and they have had that high shooting offense. It's kind of taken us off our game plan. We need to reestablish who we are right now, and we've got 5 down linemen. And there's a ball that's handed off to, and he continues to be hit. He was hit by 3 different people, and that is number 27. And that is Tella, Isaiah Tella, who is a junior running back, and he's had to carry the weight as long as Slade Hurd was out, and he's getting back in the ball game now. So he picks up about 2 yards, but it looks like it's still 3rd and about 5. And that is the end of the first quarter from John Roderick Stadium. The score is 7-6 in favor of the Webb City Cardinals. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this with more football.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
The law offices of Wood & Peterson is sponsoring this portion of Neosho Wildcat Athletics, located at 217 South Lafayette, Neosho, and 431 Virginia Avenue in Joplin. They serve Southwest Missouri with personal claim representation. For more information, the phone number is 417-451-4141 or online at neoshoattorney.com. The law offices of Wood & Peterson are proud supporters of the Neosho Wildcats.
Welcome back here to John Roderick Stadium. The Webb City Cardinals are up 7-6 on Neosho, and here we go with the start of the second quarter.
Lucas under center, the ball snapped, and he's going to carry it himself, but then there's that little option, but nobody's going to get it this time except Hudson Williams. What a great play, and he's knocked him back to almost the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to put it back a loss of about 5 yards. And it's 4th down. Now, we've seen a couple of different things from the Cardinals with this 4th down. Either the quarterback can stand back and he can try to quick kick it, or they'll bring in Brody Eggleston to quick kick it as well. But at this point, I'd say that they're in 4-down territory. At least I would be, Luke. Yeah, and the Cardinals are going for it. They may very well try a hard snap to see if they can get the ball. And here comes, it's going to be a run, and they got him.
Wow.
Nice job that time by Bastide, and then it was picked up again by number 78 for the Cats, and that was senior Matthew Scott. So the Cats hold, and they take the ball down on downs.
Yeah, that Neosho defense, they have been on point this year.
They have. So Neosho sets up right there at the 35-yard line, and we need to go down and establish who we are. Did a nice job of doing that on the ground the last time. Cade Spiva and Denver Welch in the background. It's going to be a handoff to Welch, and he's got some running room. He's going around the corner, and he gets up to the 40, maybe 41-yard line. Denver Welch in the first quarter averaged 4.7 yards per carry. Cade Spiva averaged 6.3. So Cats are doing a good job as far as the backfield is concerned. There's another one that goes to Denver Welch, and he's got the first down and a little bit more room.
He sure did.
Right up the middle. Great job there by Harden and Bastide in order to pull the hole open for him. Cats are on the 47-yard line. It is 1st and 10. Spiva with the ball, and he hands it over to Welch again, and Welch up the middle. Welch doing exactly what we've known him to do, be the workhorse for us. The thing about Denver Welch is much like Spiva, he's actually a dual threat as well. He can catch a pass out of the backfield as well. Soriano over on this side all the way out, as is Hudson Williams. And it's given to Welch again, and he's got some more running room, and he's out there, and he's got the first down.
They're pushing forward tonight. I don't think there's been any penalties so far in this game. Is that right, John?
No, there's not been a penalty yet. So
good, clean game tonight.
And you would expect that out of these two veteran coaches to make sure that their teams are doing what needs to be done. There's a high snap to Spiva, and he takes the ball up the middle himself, and he's going to pick up about 6 yards. So Spiva getting a high snap and then going right up the middle. Here's Brock Pylan. He sets up in that slot position, and he's going to turn around and go out, but here he makes the block and gets Spiva open. Spiva gets on up to almost the 34-yard line, looks like. And it's going to be 3rd and about 1. 3rd and 2, but one of the things we know, Luke, is this is 4-down territory for the Cats.
Yep, we lost our signal. Here we go, it's back now.
Cats, as we said last week, converted on 3rd down. They converted 8 out of 10 of them. And there was a high snap again to Spiva. Spiva goes around the corner, and he's just going to run out of bounds, but it's going to be close. Looks like it's going to be 4th and about 1.
Going to bring up a 4th down and 1 for Neosho.
Yeah, the Webb City faithful are on their feet, and you can hear the cowbells are running. And this may be a Spiva right up the middle, and we'll see. And we're trying to get a hard count on them and try to draw Webb City offside, but that didn't work. And now we've got Kyle over here on this side, and it's give to Welch, and he's up the middle, and he's got the first down. And the offensive line is certainly feeling it right now as they're opening the holes, and that's what makes the running game work so well. Yeah, and it was a first down. There should have been no doubt about that. So the ball is going to be spotted on, looks like, about the 33-yard line. And the Cats are in business 33 yards away from pay dirt. Spiva and Welch in the backfield. And we're going to throw the ball, and here's a throw right up the middle, almost intercepted. That was almost intercepted by number Renfro. Went right to him. And Spiva takes it right up the middle, around the corner, and has a little bit of running room. And he got out to about, looks like about the 26-yard line, I believe. We'll see where they spot the ball. And it's going to be the 27-yard line. Now it's 3rd down. And the ball goes to, where did he come from? And there is Roan. Cason Roan right up the middle, and a score for the Wildcats.
He punched right through that.
So the Wildcats score again with 8 minutes and 4 seconds left to play. The score is now 12-7 in favor of the Neosho Wildcats. And on comes Will Ebbinghaus for the PAT. Let's see if we can't get the ball down for him so he can get the PAT this time. Nice drive by the Cats. Started back at their 32-yard line after the defense had held, and they got the ball on downs. And there's the snap, and there's the kick. It's up and good. So with 8 minutes and 4 seconds left, the Neosho Wildcats go up over the Webb City Cardinals by a score of 13-7. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the Neosho Wildcat and KNEO Sports Network.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. State Farm agent Eric Norris and his team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call and saves you time and money. So go for the win and score big savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Eric Norris at 417-451-66 6666 for more information. And go Wildcats!
You found it. The ultimate car wash. The one that leaves your vehicle looking brand new every single time. Do we have a prep team that pre-washes? You bet. Over 300 ports applying soap to your vehicle? Yes, sir. 40 high-pressure nozzles providing over 2,500 PSI of pressure? Who wouldn't? Buff and dry features that dry your car along with combined 100 horsepower blowers? Try 150. Be careful, we might just blow you away.
Welcome back to Webb City, Missouri, where the Neosho Wildcats, largely on a 27-yard run by Kason Roan. We didn't even know he was in the ball game, and he went right up through the middle untouched. There's a kickoff by Fluentes, and it is a kick back to Graffenried once again. And Graffenried is tackled by a host of cats on about the, we're going to say the 48-yard line. No, I'm sorry, it's the 27-yard line.
Our camera seems to be moving a little bit more than usual tonight. Just out here in the Webb City Stadium, there's a couple columns in our way, and so they block some of the action. Our cameraman extraordinaire, Sam Fryer, he's been swiveling that thing wherever it needs to go to keep the action on the screen for you.
Jackson Thomas under center for Webb City, and then it's a give to Williams, and Williams finds some deadlight, but for five cats tackle him, but he gets up to about the 40-yard line, so that's a first down. No, that was Hurd. I'm sorry, that was Slade Hurd carrying the ball that time. Graffenried back in the ball game. He'll probably set up as a lone wideout. Jackson Lucas under the quarterback. There's a lot of movement on the line. And here comes the throw, and it's a handoff that was, I don't know whether that was a broken play or not, but the Cats were on it, and they hit the quarterback, Lucas, and dropped him for, well, they're going to say his, just about right there at the line of scrimmage was his forward progress. So it'll be 2nd and 9 from the 40, looked like about the 43. Lucas under center, long snap count, and it's a give to Hurd. Hurd gets up past the first tackler, but he gets up to about the 45-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and 5. Maybe 3rd and 6. I'm trying to see where it is over on the other side. Yeah, I believe it'll be 3rd. They're going to call it 3rd and 7, so I'll buy that. That'll work. Graffenried over here on the far side. Number 6, Andrew Young, over on the other side as wideouts. And it's going to be a throw, and Graffenried just going to try to outrun it, and he does not get there. Soriano was about 4 steps behind him, but could not catch up with him. It's going to be 4th down, and we'll see if what we're going to do now. I believe that Coach Mack is talking to his quarterback right now, and they may know. Here comes the punting team. So we'll have Boston Patterson and Noah Soriano back to receive the punt, and it looks like that's going to be offsides, or they're going to stop. There's a timeout for the Cats. So the Cats have their first timeout, and there is 6 minutes and 6 seconds left to play in the half. The Cats are up by a score of 13-7. Let's take a timeout, and we'll come right back after this.
At Calvary Neosho, we aren't your grandmother's church, because she lives in Akron, Ohio, and that would be a terribly long commute for church. But if she did live in Neosho, we at Calvary would be delighted to have her come visit us. And since you live here, we would definitely like you to come visit us. Then, when your Nana comes to visit for Christmas, you can bring her to church and introduce us to her. We're sure she is a delightful lady. You can find us at Facebook/Calvary of Neosho, or join us in person at 3650 Oak Ridge Extension. We gather for worship Sundays at 10:30 a.m. Calvary Neosho. Not your grandma's church, but we'd sure like to meet her.
come back now. So.
Welcome back, and we are here in Webb City. All Wildcats all the time. Check out the Neosho Wildcats dedicated video portal at kneo.org. It's a site dedicated completely to your Neosho Wildcats. You can watch the games live and see the upcoming game schedules at kneo.org.
All right, Boston Patterson is back to receive the kick from Brody Eggleston. And there comes the kick. It's a high bounding kick. It's a long kick. Patterson is going to let it go, and it'll go into the end zone, and the Cats will have it on the 20-yard line. So that was a well-kicked ball that time. It took a couple of good Wildcat bounces and went into the end zone. So Cade Spiva and company will open shop at the 20-yard line.
Well, this would be a long drive if they can get down to the end zone today, but this will give that defense a chance to rest.
Yeah, it does. That's the thing about it with a long drive like that. And what the Cats have been doing with running the ball is doing just that, giving the defense a chance to rest. 5 minutes and 57 seconds left in the first half of play. Spiva calling the signals, and it's a kind of a shuttle out to Denver Welch, who gets hit hard. And looks like that he was hit by number 48. And we'll tell you who that is in just a minute. There's River Leaker. And the ball is pulled in by Spiva. He's looking for running room, and he can't get around the corner. And the Cats are stuck at 3rd and 10. A couple of real quick hitters, and Webb City defense is flexing their muscles just a little bit. So they're back to their 3-man front, and they've got 5 linebackers and their safeties. And they're going to throw the ball. And there it is to Williams, and he makes it, and he gets the first down. And there's a flag. It's going to be a horse collar, it looks like. It won't be intentional, I don't think, but it's still going to be a horse collar, and we'll pick up another 5 yards for that. Yeah, horse collar, and that's going to take, well, it is. It's an intentional, and it's going to go up 15 yards. So Williams catches the ball and gets a little bit of yardage. Then when it comes up to with the penalty up to the 49-yard line. So the Cats were at 3 and 10, and there's another one of those conversions, Luke. Mm-hmm. And there's Spiva give to Denver Welch, and he's up the middle over the 50-yard line down to about the 47.
4 minutes, 35 seconds left here in this first half.
And we're trying to see just exactly what everybody's back up on the line. The Cardinals, or the Cats in their no-huddle offense. And there's a give, and there's a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be it's an offsides on the Cats, and the ball will go back 5 yards. So we go back about to the maybe a yard pass, so it's going to be 2nd and 12. Boston Patterson coming in from the far side, looking over at the coaches. Sariano over on this side, checking to make sure he's not. And there's a ball that is a broken play, and Spiva goes right up the middle, and he's going to pick up about 6 yards.
He salvaged it pretty well.
That's the thing about Spiva. It may be a broken play, but he seems to be able to do what he can. So it looks like it's about 3rd and 7. And there's a Spiva looking over at the coaches on that side. And Williams is motioning something. I'm not sure what he's motioning, but here goes. And Spiva goes right up the middle. He's going to be close to the first down. It's probably going to be 4th and about 1. Spiva's maybe just a little bit slow. Spiva's a little slow getting up. And Cats with their first opportunity on the offensive side with a 4-down play. And There was not a flag thrown that time. It looks like the Webb City got back. Looks like they were getting in the neutral zone. One of the linebackers was stunning a little bit. Ball's given to Welch, and he's up the middle and looks like he's got the first down. Yeah, Webb City's pointing the other direction, but I don't think that's the case. It's going to depend upon the, they're going to measure. So it's going to be really cool. You know, we're going to measure. We'll see what happens. Yeah, here we go. We're going to come back and measure. Looks like he's got it to me from up here. And no, it does not. The ball goes over on downs, and Webb City is back in business with 2 minutes and 51 seconds left in the half. It looked to me like we had it. I guess it all depends upon the spot, but certainly
matter of inches.
That's behind us now. Defense has got to make their hold right here. We do not need to go in at halftime with them even tied with us or one up. And we've got wideouts over here on this side. We've got 2 wideouts over on this side. And Lucas is going to throw the ball, and it stopped right there. Nice job that time by Soriano, tackling number 28, and that is Holden Johnson. So he picks up maybe 2 on the play. Well, this is everything we thought it would be, and then a little bit more, Luke. And we hope you're enjoying the ball game tonight. It's a exciting ball game here in Webb City at John Roderick Stadium. Here come the Cardinals back up to the line. Jackson Lucas behind quarterback now. They step back, and he gets back in the shotgun formation. Ball is snapped, and it's given to Hurd, it's not given to Hurd, it's given to Williams. And Williams gets up close to the first down if he didn't get it. It is a first down. 2:01 left before halftime. Defensive 4 for the Cats have got to jump back up into it. Lucas is back in the shotgun, and there it goes. He's going to carry the ball himself, and he is tackled. And he's tackled on falls forward to about the 41-yard line, it looks like, 42. So it's going to be second down and about 5. For some reason, he's been able to run at will. They've taken a little bit of a playbook out of our playbook as to quarterback running the ball. He steps back underneath center, and here's a ball he's going to throw, and it's caught by Hurd, and he's knocked out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds by Brody Arthur.
So that stops the clock with 1 minute and 7 seconds left here in this first half.
And Lucas got his bell rung just a little bit as he was getting ready to release the ball. It was not enough for a roughing the passer, but it was a just good solid hit by Bustede. And it's 3rd and about 1, it looks like. And here come the Cardinals. And looks like Hurd is up there, and he's going to be up there close. Brody Crane with good sportsmanship, picking up the mouthpiece of the guy that it is a first down of the Webb City Cardinal that he was rolling around on the ground with a little bit. And here comes, and they're going to go long, and it's caught. It's going to be a touchdown. Andrew Young, who doubles as a wide receiver and D-back, catches that ball and goes into the end zone with 49 seconds left, and the score is tied. So the Cats are in a place that they have not been in all season long. 49 seconds left in the half, and we're waiting for the PAT. here comes the point after. It is up, and it is barely good, but it is. It's good enough. And the Cardinals go up on the Wildcats by a score of 14-13 with 49 seconds left. Let's take a timeout, and we'll be right back. You're watching Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcats Sports Network.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
The Freeman Family YMCA is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Serving the four-state area, the Freeman Family Y believes in putting Christian principles into practice through programs, building a healthy spirit, mind, and body. With 2 locations to serve the area in Grove, Oklahoma, and Neosho, the Freeman Family Y open 5:30 to 9 Monday through Saturday, 1 to 5 on Sunday. For more information, you can go online to ymcaswmo.org or call us at 417-455-9999. The score is now 14-13 by way of a 26-yard pass play from Lucas to Andrew Young. And here's the kickoff, and it's going to be a little bit of a pooch kick, and it's taken, but then there's a whistle blown. Looks like it's going to be offsides on the kicking team, which would be Webb City. That play will be assessed, and then we will start again.
Clock remains at 48 seconds left.
Yeah, that 1 second should be put back on the clock.
That's what I was thinking.
Number 9, Rackin Phoenix, was the one that caught the ball that time and was getting ready to run it up. We'll see what happens this time.
Well, they put the second back on the clock.
A little farther kick, and that's going to be taken there at the 9-yard line by Phoenix, and he runs up through the middle, and he is stopped at about the 25-yard line. So the Cats will take over on the 25-yard line, probably show a sense of urgency with 44 seconds left, Luke.
Yep.
27-yard line, it looks like, so. And Spiva's waiting, and there's a catch, and it's a catch, and that's taken out of bounds, and the clock is stopped, caught by Boston Patterson over there, but it's going to be a first down.
They're going for it. That was a smart first play right there.
Yeah, and defensive secondary for the Cardinals had our guys covered, and Spiva continued to roll out until he finally found someone open. And we're going to throw the ball again. Spiva is back. And there's Welch, and there's another ball. It's thrown out of bounds, and that one was to go to Boston Patterson. But that stops the clock with 32 seconds left. Well, the Cats have had the ability to, as we said earlier, throw that long ball to Patterson. We'll see if that happens. And here's Welch over to the side, and there is the ball was meant for Soriano and just a little bit high. 27 seconds left. It is 3rd and 10. What we do not want to do is turn the ball over on 4 downs and let the Cardinals have the ball at this point. Spiva is rolling out, and he's going to continue to roll. There's a flag on the play. And Spiva is close to the first down, and no, he's not. And we're going to say that that's maybe holding, and it's on the Cats. So that'll take the ball back. There'll be a 5-yard penalty or 10-yard penalty assessed. And we will replay third down with 20 seconds left in the half. And it was declined, so it will be fourth down. So the Cats make the decision, or the Cardinals make the decision to decline it and take the down instead. And that brings on our punting team. Hudson Williams back to punt for the Cats. And it looks like Andrew Young back on that far side, and then there's somebody else. And here goes Hudson Williams, and it's going to be a kick, and it's going to be up, and it's going to be out of bounds. It looks like, no, it's inbounds and stopped, but there's 10 seconds left. And what Hudson Williams was doing then was running around to get as much time off the clock as possible, so he achieved that goal for sure. I'd look for Webb City to try to throw the ball into the end zone.
Well, they'll go for something, and you want to be careful with Webb City. They got a sharp offense. We'll have to watch them close here.
Well, they set up, and the ball is snapped from Lucas, and he's going to throw the ball out, and he's going to throw it out to Graffinridge, who is right there, and he is inbounds right there, and that could very well be called timeout, I believe.
With 3 seconds to go. Yeah. We'll let you know about a few of our sponsors who make this broadcast possible. Calvary Baptist Church of Neosho, Neosho Daily News, Crowder College, State Farm agent Eric Norris, Edward Jones agent Joe Ringstaff, First Free Will Baptist Church, Family Market, Farm Bureau agent Josh Dodson, and Clark Funeral Home. I also want to make sure that you know about our Facebook page, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. You can keep up with the latest Neosho broadcast ballgame schedule, and make sure to like us on Facebook so you can keep up with all that stuff. Also on Twitter at KNEO917 Sports, or download our KNEO iPhone and Android phone app. Watch all of our Wildcat Sports broadcasts inside our apps. Download the KNEO iPhone and Android phone app today.
Stay tuned for the halftime show, which is brought to you by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Graffinridge did a nice job of looking like he was going to run for the goal, and did a little button hook and turned around and had us waiting. And it was a nice pass from Lucas that time, and then he got out of bounds. Or I guess there was a timeout called, I'm sure. Well, the Cats defense are going to have to come back, and they're going to have to settle in here. I would expect there's 2 wideouts on this side and 1 over on the other side, and that ball is taking its little screen pass, and a tackle is made, but that's going to end the quarter and the half. And we're going to end the half being down by 1 point when we come back and get the ball. The score is 14 for the Webb City Cardinals and 13 for the Neosho Wildcats. We're going to take time out, and we'll come back right after that.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
We all have those days where we don't want to get up. But when we have true discipline and choose to rise up, we become the best version of ourselves. To start your journey today, visit risefitnesscenter.com.
Being a good person is great, but it won't get you to heaven.
People say they can be saved by doing the best they can or by keeping the law. But most of them were unsure. They were not certain. Now the Bible says you can be sure. You mean to say that I can know I'm going to heaven?
Billy Graham was quite sure about where he was going. He shares why.
I'm going to heaven because of the mercy of God. I'm going to heaven because of the grace of God. I don't deserve it. I deserve judgment in hell. I'm a sinner like you. But I have repented of my sins and received Christ my Savior, and I'm trusting in the cross of Christ.
Like Billy Graham, you can be sure you have a place in heaven if you have a relationship with Jesus Christ. And you can learn more about that at findpeacewithgod.net. Findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 2918 East 20th Street in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
The Wildcat Minute is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Neosho Wildcats.
Welcome to this week's version of Wildcat Minute. I'm John Ball, and we have head basketball coach Zane Culp. Coach, thanks so much for spending a little time with us today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Hey, you're in off-season right now. You're working with everybody but the football kids. What does that off-season mean? Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we have probably out of our freshmen through seniors, the guys that don't play football, we have somewhere around 11 or 12 in there. And so what it does, it just gives us an opportunity to keep the kids on a schedule and where they're not just going home after school. So we're doing all kinds of different stuff. We're doing some skills, some conditioning, a little bit of gameplay type situations, just putting the kids in situations to learn basketball and get stronger and better at basketball. It's been fun. We have several of the guys that will be competing for those varsity spots here as well. So.
Well, you've got some kids you spend a lot of time with, JV and freshmen even coming up this year. So there's going to be some kids that are going to really be competing for some of that time, isn't it?
Absolutely. You kind of said it there. We got, we only have 2 seniors, and then we've got a combined 12 juniors, sophomores that are really going to be. They all could compete for varsity times at different moments. So it's going to be a fun year trying to fit that puzzle piece together, and hopefully we just have really competitive practices and we find the right pieces to put together.
Well, now, with the new COC alignment, this is not like football. This year in football, we get to forego the Nixes and the Ozarks of the bunch. But in basketball, you play everybody, don't you?
Correct. We'll have 13 conference games. Now, I do think it's still separated by West and East, but as far as winning the conference, but you still got to play everybody. And that's going to be a really big challenge because several of these teams are big-time basketball powerhouses and have been for a long time. But, we're excited for a new challenge. It'll be fun to just play new teams because, when you're in the same conference for a long time, your schedule pretty much stays the same. So the boys are going to get to see some different places, which is always fun for everybody. But we'll be up for the challenge once it comes around.
Well, I'm assuming that you're going to have back some kids that you've had in the past you can depend upon. Anybody perimeter shooting specifically?
Well, like I said, Canton and Smith and Quincy Simpson will be coming back as our seniors. But then, Caden Asbury is really the only one coming back. And, he'll be running our point guard position a lot. He'll kind of shift over to that spot. He's the only one really coming back with any type of varsity experience. Even Quincy didn't get a whole lot. Canton coming back. So then we've got a lot of other guys in that next spot, other than Caden, who we expect to be our point guard. We have so many kids competing after that. We got Oliver Martin, Houston Branscombe, Jaden Fisher, Caleb Finsky, and then you just keep going to the sophomores, Haven Plummer, Mason Spiva. I'm sure there's someone I'm missing, but we've got just a ton of kids that are ready to compete and come out there, and we're excited for it.
Well, some coaches would say, well, we're still kind of developing. We may not be really, really good. But that's not your opinion. You're the opinion that it's exciting to put kids together, put the right pieces of the puzzle together, and move forward, isn't it?
Yeah, we're going to step out on the floor every game with a plan to compete and win. And, it's going to be a fun year. Kind of reminds me of a few years ago when we had that Isaiah Green group, whenever we had one senior and a bunch of juniors and sophomores out there playing. It's going to be similar to that year, and we won several games that year. So we can go out there and win, especially with our senior leadership coming from Canton Smith and then Quincy. It's going to be a bunch of young guys, but that kind of gives you some hope that you don't know what's going to happen. But I think these guys have been working really hard, and we're going to be able to go out there and compete most games.
Well, so you actually start for real November 4th, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and when's your first ball game?
First ball game, I believe, I'm going to have to check my schedule. It's right there at the beginning of December, the first Tuesday of December. Waynesville is coming here to play us. So we start with a conference game right out of the gate. which is very rare for basketball. And then we also play Nevada that same week at home on that Tuesday, Friday. So we start with 2 home games that we're excited to get going. Now I'm hoping football wins several playoff games, so we might be behind the 8 ball a little bit with practice, but that'll be okay. We're really hoping for that. So
yeah, I would have expected that from you, but hey, December is going to be really busy because you're going to get 2 or 3 ball games a weekend for a period of time, and then we have the Holiday Classic.
That's right. Yeah, we have those 2 games I talked about. We have the Pea Ridge tournament. Yep. Then we have the Holiday tournament, which is always fun and exciting. And that's another fun thing about all these young guys is it's like most of our team's going to get to experience it for the first time, and it's a joy as a coach because I think when they watch it all these years growing up, then they finally get to participate in it. It's fun as a coach to get to see them experience that.
All right, Coach. Hey, thanks so much for spending a little bit of time with us, and want to wish you the very best of luck during this season.
Thank you, John.
Thank you for listening to the Wildcat Minute, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Neosho Wildcats.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is Your Touchstone Energy Partner.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
A nonprofit organization, a sponsor of high school sports.
It's time for the Freeman Sports Health Minute. The Freeman Sports Team is proud to serve as the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges.
Welcome to another Health Minute here on KNEO with Craig Jennings with Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, talking today about concussions. And first off, Craig, what are some of the signs of a concussion?
Well, the first thing is going to be a headache, dizziness, nausea. They could be staggering around, unable to hold their balance. They could be slurring their words. Their eyes may not be tracking properly, moving right, have problems focusing. Those are some of the more obvious ones. There's several other ones. We go through a full, sideline exam. It can take up to 5 minutes, looking for different things, the subtleties of concussion. Those are the main obvious ones. And severe concussions, they can be losing consciousness. Their pupils in their eyes may be different, falling asleep at inappropriate times, inability to wake them up once they do fall asleep. Those are the more severe symptoms.
For the Freeman Sports Health Minute, I'm Adam Winkler. This portion of the game is sponsored by First Community Bank, with 2 Neosho locations, 111 East Main Street and 3005 Gardner Edgewood Drive. For personal or business banking services or for loan information, their phone number is 451-3222 or 451-2025 or online at firstcommunity.net. First Community Bank, where their slogan is, where community comes first. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Happy Egg, based out of Rogers, Arkansas, has been a local business for many years with their free-range farms. They are now taking applications for prospective growers to raise hens. If you have 10 acres of land and are interested in learning more information about becoming a Happy Egg grower, their website is happyegg.com/grower or by phone at 479-925-8855. A supporter of community broadcasting on KNEO.
One of the most traumatic things you can experience is a broken relationship. It might be your marriage, or between you and a child, or between an old friend. There's one broken relationship, though, we've all suffered. Our relationship with God. The reason, says Billy Graham, is sin.
Individual man is born in sin and alienated from God. He needs to be converted. He needs to be forgiven of his sins. He needs to be reconciled to God.
But God won't force this reconciliation on you.
However, the Bible does teach that individuals can repent of their sins and receive Jesus Christ as Savior. They can be born again. God's purposes are in the person of Jesus Christ. His purposes are to reconcile men to himself.
Discover how you can be reconciled, reconnected to God through a relationship with his Son, Jesus Christ. Go to findpeacewithgod.net. Findpeacewithgod.net. From the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Welcome back to John Roderick Stadium. We're playing football. We're playing against the Webb City Cardinals, and the Cardinals go in with a 1-point lead, 14-13. The Cats come out, and they have the ball first. As far as a rushing attack for the Cats, Cade Spiva had 14 carries for 64 yards, the longest one being a 15-yard carry, and he averaged 4.6 yards. Denver Welch had 14 carries for 55 yards. He had 1 touchdown, and his longest was 9 yards. And then Kason Roan slipped in there for a 28-yard run for a touchdown, and he averages, of course, 28 runs. We've only had completed 2 passes, 2 out of 5, for 25 yards. There were no touchdowns. The longest one was 14 yards, and that went to Hudson Williams. Boston Patterson caught one for about 11 yards. Other than that, the offense for the Cats has been pretty quiet. I expect us to come out, and I expect that we're probably going to set up the pass, and we're going to throw the ball more as we get back out. But right now we're going to go to Luke Taylor. Daniel Moore is in the office back in the back, and he's taking care of the scoreboards for us. And we got some pretty interesting scores too, don't we, Luke?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of close games around the area. So, of course, we're 14-13 here with Webb City up by 1 over Neosho. Then if we look over at the Carthage Tigers at the half, they are up 21-14 over Willard. Republic Tigers are tied with the Joplin Eagles, and they're still in the second quarter last we heard, but they're both tied up at 21. And then Nixa Eagles, they're up over the Lebanon Yellow Jackets 21-6 at the half. If we scroll on down here just a little bit, and I'll let you all know that you can follow all these scores yourself by going to kneo.org/scoreboard. You go to the drop-down menu, find the scoreboard page. You can track all this yourself. Right now we're looking at East Newton Patriots up over Nevada Tigers 7-6 at the half. McDonald County Mustangs are up 13-8 over the Monette Cubs at the half. And let me see here. Seneca Indians are up 42-7 over Aurora Hound Dogs tonight, still in the second quarter.
Well, this is halftime, and we're in Webb City, and there's about 9 more minutes in halftime, and you can see the band is out there showing their state championship routine. So we're certainly glad to be treated to that. But while we're doing that, let's take another time out. And then we'll be right back, and we'll have everybody coming out. And we'll be ready to start the second half with the Neosho Wildcats getting the ball. You're watching Neosho Wildcats on the Wildcat and KNEO Sports Network.
Locally owned, operated, and here for you. Check out the new face of the Neosho Daily News, covering Newton County, highlighting area residents, businesses, school news, sports, and more. Find us on Facebook at Neosho Daily News or call 417-451-1520. Go get 'em, Wildcats!
Insurance Benefits Consultants now has 2 locations to serve you. They're located at 1009 South Neosho Boulevard in Neosho and at 701 Northwest McNelly Road in Bentonville, Arkansas. They are proud supporters of the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. They provide Medicare and Medicaid supplemental policies, as well as life, health, and group health insurance plans from companies like Allstate and Colonial. For more information, call 417-451-4244 or in Arkansas, 479-431-5226.
Getting to heaven isn't just about putting enough good on one side of the scale to balance the bad on the other. It's about fulfilling a death penalty, the one we deserve for our rebellion against God. None of the great moralities or great religions can pay the death penalty for our sin. Only Jesus Christ's death on the cross can do that. You have to look to Him as the only one who can save you. To learn more, call 888-NEED-HIM. That's 888-NEED-HIM.
McKay Quality Roofing is a proud supporter of KNEO Radio and the Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. They are located in their new offices at 8115 South Neosho Boulevard. They specialize in roof removal and replacement of residential and commercial properties. In order to serve you better, they have offices in Neosho, Cassville, and Grove, Oklahoma. Call McKay Quality Roofing at 417-455-3326 for a free quote, or online at McKayQualityRoofing.com for more information. And go Cats!
The Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce invites you to download the new Experience Neosho app, available for free on the Apple and Google Play Store. Your guide to eat, shop, play, and stay in Neosho, and your direct link to KNEO Wildcat Sports. Download the app, register to win weekly prizes, and listen to your favorite Wildcat sports. Good luck, Wildcats! We can't wait to hear you ring that bell.
At the Hillcrest Church of Christ, we're striving to be His own people, eager to do what is good. Join us for worship at 10 and 6 Sundays, and for class Sunday morning at 9 and Wednesday evening at 7. You're sure to find a warm welcome and friendly people seeking to please God according to His Word. Wildcats, join us every Tuesday morning before school for Devo and Donuts at 7 a.m. Learn more about the Hillcrest Church of Christ at neoshochurchofchrist.org.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you're growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10+ acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
Welcome back to Webb City,
Being a
Missouri.
good person is great,
Minutes and 58
but it
seconds
won't
left
get you to
before we start
heaven.
the second half.
People say they can be saved by doing the best
we'll
they
get the
can
ball starting
about
in the
keeping
second
the
half.
law.
Running attack for the Cardinals
But
looks
most of
something
them
like
were
this.
unsure, they were not certain. Now the Bible says you can be sure.
7 yards, the longest one
You
being
mean to say
42
that I
yards,
can know
for an
I'm
average
going
of
to heaven?
7.4
Billy
yards.
Graham was quite sure about where
Jackson
he was
Lucas,
going.
the quarterback,
Here's why.
had
I'm
6
going to
carries
heaven
for
because
30
of the
yards.
mercy of God. I'm going to heaven
And his
because of
longest
the
being
grace of
12.
God. I
Mason
don't deserve
Williams,
it.
he thought was going to be
I
the
deserve
workhorse,
judgment in
found out
hell.
He probably wasn't. He
I'm a
caught
sinner,
Had 5
like
carries
you.
for 30 yards.
But I have repented of my
14
sins and
yards for an
received
average
Christ
of
my
6.
Savior, and I'm trusting
Isaiah
in the cross of Christ.
Jr., who
Like Billy
played
Graham,
an
you
awful
can
lot
be sure
when
you
Herb
have
was
a
out
place in
last
heaven
week and came in
if
for 1
you have a
carry,
relationship with
and it
Jesus
was for
Christ.
3 yards.
And you can learn more about
There was
that at
also
findpeacewithgod.net.
Passing looked like Lucas actually threw the ball. He threw the
We're
ball
the
7
Billy Graham
times.
Evangelistic
Was completed
Association.
6 times.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 2918 East 20th Street in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
Sophomore Phoenix Radigan has picked up the ball on the kickoff for the Cats twice.
Wildcat Minute is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Neosho Wildcats.
Cardinal out in the middle of the field version of Wildcat Minute. I'm John Ball, and we have let's take another time out. And by the time
thanks so much for spending a little time with us today.
Ready for the second half of play.
Hey, you're
looking for a bank that puts community first? Look no further than First Community Bank. With our friendly service, convenient locations, and a wide range of financial products and services, we're here to meet all your banking needs. Whether you're saving for the future, buying a home, or starting a business, we're committed to helping you achieve your financial goals. Come experience the First Community Bank difference today. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC.
At Calvary Neosho, we aren't your grandmother's church, because she lives in Akron, Ohio, and that would be a terribly long commute for church. But if she did live in Neosho, we at Calvary would be delighted to have her come visit us. And since you live here, we would definitely like you to come visit us. Then, when your Nana comes to visit for Christmas, you can bring her to church and introduce us to her. We're sure she is a delightful lady. You can find us at Facebook/Calvary of Neosho, or join us in person at 3650 Oak Ridge Extension. We gather for worship Sundays at 10:30 a.m. Calvary Neosho. Not your grandma's church, but we'd sure like to meet her.
Hi, I'm Pastor Jeremy Bridges with the Canopy Church, and I want to give you some encouragement today. No matter how far you feel from God, right now, did you know He's never more than a prayer away? Psalm 145 says, "The Lord is near to all who call upon Him." If you need to reconnect with God today, He's just one prayer away. If you need to ask for forgiveness, He's just one prayer away. If you need God's help or guidance, all it takes is a prayer. If you haven't talked to God in weeks and you know your relationship with Him isn't as it should be, cry out to Him. It's just one prayer away. And if salvation is what you need, ask Him. He's just one prayer away. Have you talked to God today? He's waiting to hear from you. For KNEO Radio, I'm Jeremy Bridges.
Welcome back
Being a
to
good person is
Webb
great,
City, and we see
but
our
it won't get you to heaven.
Webb City Cardinals
People
side.
say they can be saved by doing the
player
best they
down there,
can by
and,
keeping the law.
The
But most of
play-by-play
them
guy,
were unsure. They were not
Trudeau,
certain.
and
Now the
he
Bible
is
says you can
talking
be
with
sure.
the coach, and I'm sure he's got some
You mean to
things
say
say
that I can
coach
know
that
I'm
he's
going
got
to heaven?
plans for
Billy Graham was quite
as they
sure
come
about
back
where
into
he
the
was going.
second half.
He sure
We're
is
excited to get this
I'm
second
going to
half
heaven because of the
underway,
mercy of God. I'm
and
going to heaven
Cats are
because of the
coming out
grace
now.
of
They're
God.
walking
I
a little
don't
bit slow.
deserve
One of
it.
the things I know about the Cats,
I deserve
halftime is a
judgment in
time
hell.
for a transition.
I'm a sinner.
It's a time for
Like
making
you.
adjustments, and the Cats
But I have
always been able
repented
to
of
do
my
that.
sins and
However,
received
this
Christ
is
my Savior,
kind
and
of
I'm
territory
trusting in
that
the
we're not
cross of
used to. We
Christ.
haven't seen this in the
Like
4
Billy
games that
Graham,
we've
you
played.
can be
Going
sure
into
you
the
have a place in heaven.
locker room at halftime being down
you
by,
have a relationship
even though
with
it's just
Jesus
1
Christ.
point.
And you can
But I
learn more
expect
about
our
that
Cats
at
to come back and be ready for the
findpeacewithgod.net.
challenge as this ball game is going to get underway here in just a
We're the
well,
Billy
it's just
Graham
7
Evangelistic
seconds on the
Association.
clock, but I believe that
KNEO
they'll
would like
put
to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and
Yes, we are so
livestock to
thankful
help
to many
wanted
of the
and real
sponsors in our
estate.
community
It covers a
who make broadcasts
70-mile
like this
radius in the
possible.
4-state
So we want to
area
take a moment
and is
and thank
available in
Rice
area
Fitness
businesses
Center,
each week.
Edgewood Bowling
Located
Center,
at 2918
Nickel,
East 20th Street
Insurance
in
Benefits
Joplin, Missouri.
Consultants,
Their
Tally
telephone
Tire,
number is
the law offices of Wood and
417-624-4100.
Peterson, Newmac Electric, Sports Locker, and KSN KODE. Thank you so much to their partnership and for making this
Wildcat
broadcast
Minute
possible.
is sponsored by Freeman
sides are out
Orthopedics and
there.
Sports
One of the things-
Medicine,
this is
the
the
official
football game,
sports
by the
medicine
way.
provider of the Neosho Wildcats.
Welcome to this week's version of Wildcat Minute. I'm John Ball, and we have head basketball coach Zane Culp. Coach, thanks so much for spending a little time with us today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Hey, you're in off season right now. You're working with everybody but the football kids. What does that off season mean? Tell me about that.
Yeah, so
one thing I've just been real happy to see is there's been very few penalties in this game. I know we had a few right there before we went into halftime, but that whole first quarter, no penalties. I know that was something that tripped up some of our players in some of those early games, but it sounds like they've gotten very disciplined, got things under control, and are playing some good football tonight.
Well, I'll tell you one of the differences, and this is certainly by no means an excuse, is our first ball game.
It's been fun. We have several of the guys that will be competing for those varsity spots here as well.
Most of these
you've got some kids you spend a lot of time with JV and freshmen even coming up this year, so there's going to be some kids that are going to really be competing for some of that time, isn't it?
Absolutely. You kind of said it there. We only have 2 seniors, and then we've got a combined like 12 junior sophomores that are really going to be. They're all going to compete for varsity time at different moments. So it's going to be a fun year trying to fit that puzzle piece together, and hopefully we just have really competitive practices and we find the right pieces to put together.
Well, now, with the new COC alignment, this is not like football. This year in football, we get to forego the Nixes and the Ozarks of the bunch, but in basketball.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Well, the Cats are coming off the field now. There's about 18 seconds left, and the Cats will come out and, as we said, will receive the kickoffs. We see Will Ebbinghaus out there. He's at about the 20-yard line, and he's taking 2 or 3 kicks. I'm sure it hurt him to miss one. He was perfect up until that one in the first quarter. But he's splitting the uprights without too much trouble at all. There's one that kind of hit the inside and went right in. So we'll be ready for this kickoff here in just a minute or two. I would anticipate that it'll be Boston Patterson and maybe even Brody Crane back there to receive the ball. And we've got 12 minutes on the clock.
Yep.
And the officials are getting ready to signal to start the second half, and the Cats come out to get ready to receive the ball. They are defending the North goal. The Cats are in their white with black lettering, and the Cardinals are in blue pants with red on top and red and white lettering. Quite a big crowd over on the other side from the Neosho Wildcats, and there's a whole quarter of a section over there that's nothing but fans for our kids. We had a great homecoming that brought some fireworks from up on top of the hill last year. We're getting ready for the kickoff, and here comes the kickoff, and it's up in the air, and it's taken. Well, we couldn't have anybody figure out who was going to get it, but Patterson finally came up with it and got up to about the 15-yard line before he was knocked out of bounds.
And fans, Cheryl Frank won the 50-50 tonight. Cheryl Frank, and she's putting it all right down. Thank you, Cheryl.
Well, that wasn't exactly what the Cats wanted to start off with a little bit of an issue there, but and we apologize if we had a spot running while we were getting ready to start the second half. And there's the ball, and we're going to throw the ball right off the bat, and it goes to Hudson, or doesn't go to Hudson Williams, it goes to Boston Patterson, and he's going to pick up about 5. So I would expect us, Luke, to come out and throw the ball. And that's just exactly what we did. Spiva hands off, and no, it's going to be a pass over to Boston Patterson again, and he is going to get up, maybe pick up 2.
Yep, I think he went out of bounds.
Yeah, he did. So it's third, and it's about 4 for the Cats. And the Cats need to convert right here. Spiva in the backfield. He hands off to hands off to Welch, and the Webb City Cardinals are fired up, and they pin Welch back for about the loss of a yard. Hudson Williams back deep for the Cats to punt it, and it looks like for them it's going to be number 6, Andrew Young, back on this side, and number 15 is Kason Meyer, and that's a good end-over-end kick that could very well take a Wildcat bounce, and it does, and it goes all the way down to about the 39-yard line. So Webb City will take over on the 39-yard line. The Cats have got their work cut out for them. They've got to snub this offense and snub them out right now.
So we didn't want to see this coming out here at the start of the second half.
No, we didn't. That was another 3 and out for the Cats that time. We thought we wanted to establish the passing plan. We did. We just did not pick up the kind of stuff that we have. And I would say that Webb City has well scouted the Cats because they've seen that play to Boston Patterson over on the sideline. There's Lucas underneath, and he's going to hand the ball off. It looks like it's going to Hurd, and he is. Well, he just continues to run, and well, there's a fumble on the play, and the Cats are saying that they've got it. Yes, they do. The Cats have got it. It was a fumble.
Wow.
And the Cats pick it up. So great turn of events right now as far as the Cats are concerned, and we've got the ball at the 50-yard line. Spiva and Welch in the backfield. Over on this side is Soriano, and Williams on the other side. It is Boston Patterson. Pyle is the blocking back. There's a long throw to Boston Patterson. He reaches out, can't get it.
That was a close one, though.
That would have been certainly a close. He had one man to beat in order to get pay dirt there, but it was a pass that was just a little bit off.
Yep.
So it's second down. Spiva looks over. Backfield with Welch. It's good.
There's some laundry on the field.
Play, and that is going to be an offsides or illegal procedure against the Cats. So there'll be 5 yards assessed, and it'll be 1st and 15.
That's a 5-yard penalty. Second down and 15 from the 45.
Williams and Soriano on this side. Brock Pyle and Patterson over on the other side. And this ball may be thrown, and it's a long throw to Soriano, and he can't even get close to it. Let him just a little bit too much, so that is 3rd and 15. It just seems like that the receivers are not on the same page with Spiva. 3rd and 15 is pretty obvious what the Cats are going to do here. And there's the ball back to Spiva, and Welch is over to the side, and there's a long pass to Patterson, and he comes down with it.
Wow.
And he comes down with it at the 21-yard. What a great play by Boston Patterson. He had his man beat. The ball was a little bit short, and he went up over his head and came down with the ball. So the Cats have got new life at about the 21-yard line, so it's 1st and 10 from there. There's a handoff to Denver Welch, and he goes up the middle for about 5. It looks like maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 6. See where they spot the ball.
7 yards on the play.
I think they said 7.
The PA announcer said 7, so we absolutely will take that. Cats back in business on about the 15-yard line, and there's a ball going to be thrown over to one side, and once again, there it goes to Boston Patterson. And I tell you what, we're just missing the blocks over there in front of him because he's having to step out of bounds right there.
3rd down for Neosho.
So it's 3rd down, but as we saw a little while ago, we are getting close to being in a place for Will Ebbinghaus to come out and be able to kick the field goal, but that's not what the Cats want. We want to hit pay dirt, and we want to hit it here. Here comes Spiva. He goes around the corner, and he's got running room. He's got the 1st down and then some. Brody Eggleston, the safety, made the tackle then. And it is 1st and goal from the 9 for the Cats. Even with that little miscue back there on the kickoff, all is forgiven if we score here.
Yep.
Ball snap to Spiva. Spiva gives it to Welch. No, he's carrying the ball all the way through, and here comes Spiva. He's going to get down to about the 1-yard line. And Welch did a nice job of the lead tackle there, and here comes the tank group. And it is 2nd down and goal to go from the 1. That tank crew also includes Trey Harden in there. And the ball is given to Welch, and he's up and scored.
There it is.
Nice run for Denver Welch to get in from the 1-yard line, and the Cats go up on top. And we'll see if just exactly what we're going to do, but it looks like that, looks like the Cats are maybe going to go for 2.
That's probably what they need to do.
Welch and Spiva in the backfield, and we've got runners on both sides, and Spiva throws the ball out, and it's caught, and it's the 2 points is good, and that was Hudson over there. Hudson Williams made the play, and all of a sudden the Cats are up by a score of 21-14. There's 8 minutes and 53 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the Neosho Wildcats and KNEO Sports Network.
The Sports Locker, located at 1206 Neosho Boulevard, Neosho, is a proud supporter and supplier of Neosho Wildcat Athletics. Open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. They carry all the biggest brands, including Under Armour, Nike, and Adidas sports apparel and equipment. Be sure to check out their Facebook page at Sports Locker Team Sales and Specials, or their number is 417-451-9300. Proud supporters of the Neosho Wildcats.
Welcome back to John Roderick Stadium, where the Neosho Wildcats have scored on their second drive of this early second half, and the score is 21-14 in favor of the Cats. And we're getting ready to kick the ball off. Back is Grafenred, and looks like maybe Lucas is over there on the other side. No, that's number 40, and that is Jonathan Allen. And it's a high kick, and it goes to Grafenred, and he's got a cloud in front of him. But I tell you what, number 14, Jackson Ertl comes to play, and he breaks through the V that was there, and he made the tackle all himself. So the first time we've called the sophomore's name tonight on defense, but he has the ability to do that, and a great open field tackle that time.
Well, this has been one of the most unpredictable games I've seen this year. Just every time the momentum seems to be going one way, it shifts the other way. And so these are two pretty evenly matched teams tonight.
Well, they really are, and the Cats have got the ability. We need to stop the long play right here with the defense. And Brody Crane is up there in that cornerback position, and the quarterback is going to run the ball around the end, and he gets knocked out of bounds by Boston Patterson. Looks like he's picked up about 4 yards.
Boston Patterson on the tackle.
Well, they're going to say 3 yards, so I'll go with them. So it's second and about 7.
Put it down to second down at 6 from 31.
2nd and 6. I'm not going to quibble over a yard, are you? Jackson Lucas under center, and he's got 2 in the backfield, and then there is a slot in on top of that. And here comes the ball. It's going to be handed off, and it's handed off to number 5, and he gets knocked down. Great job by Hudson Williams to knock down the guy that was blocking him, and then knock down number 5, Mason Williams. So it's third down and 4. The Cats are fired up. This is the time to be fired up too. We need to get the ball back right here and go back down and score again. Everybody's getting set into position. There's 2 wideouts on this side. Soriano's got one of them, and Smith's got the other one. And it's going to be a carry, and there's the ball, and then we may have gotten it again. And it's 4th down. There was a fumble on the play, and the big number 74 was the one that picked up the ball for them. And they'll come back, and looks like Eggleston is going to punt, and here's Boston Patterson back, and we almost got it, but that was a hard kick ball, and Patterson calls fair catch. So the Cats will take over, looks like on about the 23-yard line. And the defensive Cats did their job. Now we need to do right on down, and we need to score again. One thing about Eggleston, absolutely has a leg. That is a second long kick that is, it's almost fooled the Cats. Cade Spiva and company set up, and there's a pass, and he throws it over to Boston Patterson, who's going to run up the middle, and he's going to pick up about 3 on the play. That is just not working for us for some reason. We're not getting the opportunities out there.
Yep.
Soriano and Williams over on this side. Rock pile, and we're just going to keep the ball and go up the middle. Looks like we're going to pick up maybe a yard. And Spiva's getting up slow. He's going to look it over. It is 3rd and 6. And this would normally be a throwing down, but we've got 2 men in the backfield. I think that is probably, that is Rome on that side. And Spiva throws the ball, and all of a sudden Hudson Williams had to become a defender and try to just knock that ball down so it wouldn't get intercepted. But Spiva is holding his arm as he's coming out of bounds. Hudson Williams will be back to punt. Eggleston and Young back to get the punt. And there's a rolling punt that went out of bounds at about the 50-yard line, so that wasn't exactly what the Cats were looking for, but we'll take over on defense.
Well, they made a punt work for them earlier. Maybe they'll do it again.
Cats defense has shown they have the ability to make the stops. This would be a good time for a 3 and out. Right here, there is 6 minutes and 12 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Lucas under center. He takes the snap, and it's handed off to Williams in there, and he's going to pick up, looks like about 6. I was watching this race over here on the side between Greffenried and Soriano. That could prove to be a pretty interesting race. I'm saying 2nd and 2. Cats have got 5 men down on the front, and there's a handoff, and it goes into Williams, and he just continues to find room and breaks blockers, and he gets down to the 24-yard line.
Bryce Ward on the tackle. First down from the 24.
5.5 left here in the 3rd.
Coach McFarland running plays in and out, using his tight ends as the messenger. Play clock's down to about 15 seconds. Grafenried over on this side, and Soriano is guarding him. And there's a handoff to number 4, and that is Hurd, and he's knocked down after gaining about 4. Hudson Williams made the tackle that time.
4 yards on the play, 2nd and 6 from the 20.
Thrown out of the ball game in for the Cats, and Patterson back in. We continue to have that one wide receiver out here like there's a threat, and probably is a threat we should pay attention to. And there's going to be a handoff, and no, it's going to be a touchdown for Lucas, who follows it all the way in. Touchdown, Webb City. Lucas looked like he was going to lateral over to one side and get rid of the ball, and then he just kept right on going, and he walked into the end zone untouched. So the score now is 20-21, and there is 4 minutes and 26 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. PAT is up. It's down, and it is good. Well, the score is tied at 21. And we'll come back, and the Neosho Wildcats will receive the ball. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
You found it. The ultimate car wash. The one that leaves your vehicle looking brand new every single time. Do we have a prep team that pre-washes? You bet. Over 300 ports applying soap to your vehicle? Yes, sir. 40 high-pressure nozzles providing over 2 2,500 PSI of pressure? Who wouldn't? Buff and Dry features that dry your car along with combined 100 horsepower blowers. Try 150. Be careful, we might just blow you away.
Welcome back to John Roderick Stadium. Right now it is all tied up at 21 with Webb City and Neosho. I want to mention a few more of our sponsors tonight. Zach's Car Wash, McKay Quality Roofing, Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce, Hillcrest Church of Christ, the YMCA of Neosho, Christian Healthcare Ministries, and Lace and Grace Boutique. Also, make sure you stick around after the game for the Coach's Show brought to you by Arvis Bank of Neosho.
Well, Luke, you just got to feel like that somebody is going to blow this game wide open. Trading touchdowns is nice, but we need a couple of touchdowns now. We need to blow this game wide open.
Yep. Well, here's their chance to do it.
Got Phoenix Radigan back there to receive the ball, and Brody Crane. And maybe we'll be able to communicate a little bit better this time, and the Cats will get good field position. Oh my goodness. And the ball is down. I'm not sure who's got it. It's thrown up in there. Webb City thinks they've got it, and they do. They do. It was we've got a young man that's getting ready to get in trouble, and that was on the sideline. That ball was a onside kick. It actually hit somebody's helmet and bounced on back to about the 40-yard line, and the Cardinals took over. So they will take over on about the 41-yard line, and the defense is going to get themselves out of the hole right here. We've got 4 down linemen, and we've got 4 linebackers. And there's the ball. It's going to be thrown first, and it's a long throw to Graffarino, and it's nice job by Soriano to stop that. He got a hand up in front of it, or that'd have been another touchdown. Graffin Reed had about a step and a half on him, but Soriano kept looking back at the quarterback, trying to read his eyes, and got up at exactly the right time and knocked the ball out of the way. So it is 2nd and 10 from the 41. And there's flag on the play, and that normally indicates, well, we'll see. There's offsides, and it'll be a 5-yard penalty assessed against the Cardinals. So it'll be 2nd and 15.
5-yard penalty, 2nd and 15 now for the Cardinals from the 36.
Andrew Young back in the ball game, and he'll be the wideout over here on this side for the Cardinals. 2 men in the backfield, Hurd and Williams. And the ball to Lucas, and it's give and go. And he was stopped. It's going to go out to about the 46-yard line, and that's going to make it 3rd and 5. Webb City has done a lot of misdirection tonight, and they've tried to be able to hide the ball, and they've disguised it just pretty well, and they put it in Hurd's pocket and pulled it back out, and Lucas has run it himself. That's a long snap, and here's the ball, and it's Lucas again with the ball, and he's not only got the first down, he's going to be up to about the 40, 45, down to the 35-yard line. So Lucas does a good job, and that was almost what would be called a scrum if it were in rugby, and they just kept moving him forward. Ball's on the 34-yard line. There's a snap, and the ball is given once again to Lucas. He calls his own number, and he stopped Bryce Warren in there to make the tackle.
Bryce Warren on the tackle. No gain on the play.
Warren and Busty made a pretty formidable pair tonight on the defensive side of the ball. As we said, we've got 2 softball games next week. We'll be playing in Carthage on Tuesday night, and then we'll be home on Thursday to play Willard, and then Willard comes to town to play football. And there's a handoff, and this handoff is going to go to Williams, and there's a flag on the play. And it's all the way back in the Wildcats' backfield, so I'm not even going to guess. I'm going to wait unless we'll see. And it is a block in the back. And that penalty will be assessed from where the ball was down, I believe. The officials are looking it over, and that should be a 15-yard penalty. And it is. And I believe that'll probably also be, I don't know whether that's loss of down or not.
Yeah, it still says 2 right now.
It's a second. So it looks like it's second and about 15.
Second and 16.
Second and 16.
16. I said 15, so we were getting close. Cats have got to do something to take the momentum back and get the emotion back on our side. Here would be a good time to do that. Let's get a stick right here. And there's the ball, and Lucas is going to fire it. Not even close. 2 men on the receiver, and he was nowhere close. Andrew Young was the receiver, and if he'd have caught it, he'd have been about the 3-yard line. So it is 3rd and 16. Cats need to make the stop right here. I'm sure this is probably 4-down territory for Webb City, but we need to stop that. We need to make the stop here. Trey Harden's waving his hands for some reason or other. Brody Crane that time in on a very clean, very clear. He thought his man, number 4, and that is Hurd, was going to catch the ball, and he came in and made the tackle. And Young's back in the ball game again for Webb City, and it is 4th and 15, and obviously they are going to go for it. It would appear to me, unless they can. We have seen Hurd, we've seen Lucas in that position do a little quick kick. And that's what he's doing this time. It's going to be a quick kick, and the Cats are going to stop. They're going to be happy to let it roll. And it rolls down to about the 1-yard line. So they accomplished what they wanted to accomplish. The Cats could not get on it in plenty of time, and we almost looked like we're looking at each other trying to say who's going to touch the ball first.
I was just wondering.
And if the Cats had touched it, it would have been a real issue, because there's no way they'd been able to. There was 4 other Cardinals right there around it. Looks like they're spotting the ball on about the 2. And this is the kind of play that we have, we've had some long pass plays out of the end zone. We had one of Bob Anderson here just not too long ago for a touchdown. And Spiva's going to come right up the middle on his own, and he's going to get up out to about the 7-yard line.
Gets him some more breathing room there.
Austin Patterson back out, and he's going to be on this side with Soriano. And we won't have a split on the other side, it doesn't look like. And this ball goes to Welch, and he goes up and he gets the first down.
Yep.
So the Cats have got a little bit more breathing room, and the first down by Congrats to Welch. And now we've got movement over on our side, and we've got an unbalanced line, which is something we haven't seen. And Spiva's going to carry the ball, and he's going to go right up through the middle, and he's going to pick up maybe 4 yards. Cats are doing some different things tonight than we've seen yet. We had a guard and a tackle both in motion to come over for an unbalanced line. Now we've got 2 wideouts. We've got Soriano on this side, and we've got Boston Patterson on the other side. And now here comes Patterson, and it's a give to Welch up the middle, and he's going to pick up. He continues to go, but he's going to get, looks like, about to the 20-yard line. A little bit of a misdirection that time. Patterson was coming around this way. Looked like it might have been a jet sweep, but they got kind of tangled up just a little bit, and Welch did not get off the ball well. And here we come around the other end, and Spiva's got the first down.
And 3 seconds left here in this third quarter.
Well, we had the unbalanced line over on the other side, and Spiva just followed his blockers right on around. That is the end of the third quarter, and we're knotted at 21 in Webb City, Missouri. We're going to take time out for this, and then we'll be back for the beginning of the fourth quarter.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Hi, I'm Pastor Jeremy Bridges with the Canopy Church, and I want to take 30 seconds today to encourage you to pray. Because our prayers have the power to move heaven. James 5 says the prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. When we pray, God listens. When we pray, situations can change. When we pray, miracles can happen. And heaven moves on our behalf, simply because we pray. Take some time today and pray. For KNEO Radio, I'm Jeremy Bridges.
There's 12 minutes left in this ball game, and the Neosho Wildcats switch ends, but they are set up on about the 35-yard line, so it's a 1st and 10 with that unbalanced line, and we've got an unbalanced line on this side again, and the ball is given to Welch, and he comes right up through the middle, and he's going to pick up about 2. Cade Spiva has now carried the ball 20 times for 92 yards. Denver Welch 19 for 74 yards. Looks like we've got 2 tackles. The splitting tackles come out of the ball game. And the Cats are looking. We've got Patterson on this side, Soriano and Williams on the other side, and Brock in the middle. And here comes Spiva. He's going right up the middle, and he's going to continue to run, and he may have it down to the 45-yard line for the Cats. Austin Patterson hurries over there to help him up and readjust his shoulder pads, but a great run by Spiva that time.
Sure was.
Not only get the first down, but get into the Webb City territory. And here's a ball given to Denver Welch. No, that's Roan, and he gets all the way down almost to the first down, depending upon where they spot it.
Yeah, that was a close one right there.
And they're going to spot it, and it's going to be 2nd and about 1. Now we've got Roan and Welch both in the backfield for the Cats. We've got wideouts on both sides. Here's a ball that's carried to Spiva, and he goes right up through the backside and gets up to the 30-yard line for another Wildcat first down. 10 minutes and 44 seconds left to play in the ball game. And the Cats are driving. It's hiked to Spiva. He gives this one to Welch, and Welch just sees daylight. He's almost up to the first down, and that the ball was fumbled, but the ground can't cause the fumble, so that was whistled immediately down. And looks like the ball is on the 29-yard line. 2nd and about 3. Everybody looking over to the side, looking to see what Coach Taddy has going on. And here we go again. This time it's going to go up to Welch, and there's a flag. It leads you to believe that it may be a holding call. It is a holding. It's against the Wildcats. They'll be assessed a 15-yard penalty, I believe. So that's exactly what it is. So it'll be second and about 12, it looks like to me. Second and 13. Rome and Welch both in the backfield and doing a nice job of one of them lead blocking for the other one to get the hole opened up, and Spiva with a little misdirection along the way. And there it goes, and Spiva trips and falls. He was making the cut, and he made the cut up to about the 36-yard line, so there's a loss of a yard.
Loss of a couple of the plays. Third and 16.
Well, if the Cats ever needed to convert on a third down, Luke, it is right here. And there's the ball, and Spiva's back to pass, and he throws it over to Welch, and Welch is he's turning upfield. He's got plenty of room, and he goes out of bounds. And he gets back to about the 22, 23-yard line, so it'll be fourth and about 3.
That's a good play.
It's going to bring up the fourth down for Neosho.
And now the Cats need this one. They need it bad, and there's already an offsides, and it was not called. They were in, Webb City was in the neutral zone. And here comes Pastor Spiva, and he's thrown it over, and he's got it over to Soriano, and Soriano's got the first down.
First down.
A little button pass. Soriano looked like he was going for the end zone and stopped and turned around, and Spiva hit him. So the Cats evade danger that time, and they get the first down. And they are at the 15-yard line, and there's a ball given to Welch. And Welch is going to get up to about the 10-yard line before he's knocked down. We've got a officials timeout for something. Apparently, maybe it's a equipment situation. And now we're ready to go. So it is second and 6 for Neosho. And the ball, Spiva hands off, and he keeps it, and it's a touchdown, Neosho!
Look at the instant replay on that.
Kate Spiva handed the ball off to Welch, took it back and spun around and walked into the end zone. So the Cats go up with 8 minutes and 24 seconds left, 27-21. On comes Ebbinghaus for the PAT. Ball is up and it's good. So the Cats are up now by a score of 28-21. There's 8 minutes and 24 seconds left in the ball game. We're going to take a timeout, and then we'll be back to kick the ball off. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
We all have those days where we don't want to get up. But when we have true discipline and choose to rise up, we become the best version of ourselves. To start your journey today, visit risefitnesscenter.com.
Sam Gorham and Aaron Mitchell are your specialty risk insurance agents for Neosho and the surrounding area. They've been involved in Neosho sports since their own high school days and know the importance of athletic competition and how it teaches students life lessons every day. For all your home, auto, life, farm, ranch, and crop insurance needs, call Sam Gorham today at 417-850-5116 or Aaron Mitchell at 417-483-8337. You can also learn more online at specialtyriskinsuranceagency.com. Go Wildcats!
Number 33 for the Cats is getting ready to kick off, and it's going to be a high kick to one of the upbacks. And boy, he gets hard. It's hard by none other than Brody Crane, and knocked him back about 4 feet. So now it's time for the Cardinals. They are 1st and 10 from the, looks like about 43-yard line. Or 38, I'm sorry. Lucas under center. He's got 2 in the backfield, Hurd and Williams. Got 1 wide out, and it's a handoff that Hurd is, Williams is wide open. Williams all the way up through the center, and that's a first down. It's into Wildcat territory. It's on the 45-yard line. Grafton-Reed back in the ball game for the Cardinals. He's over on the far side being guarded by Soriano. And here comes a handoff, and this is going to be the quarterback keeper. He's going to get up about 3, maybe 4 yards. I stayed in there to make the tackle as well as Bryce Warren. And Matthew Scott. And the Cats need a break, and they need one right here. Defense makes opportunities for the offense, and there's a ball that's being handed off, but it ended up being a quarterback keeper, and he got up to probably, it's going to be 3rd and 2.
3rd down and 2 for the Cardinals from the 37-yard line.
Grafton-Reed back in the ball game, as well as number 18, Gus Carnes. Both of those are tight ends, and they're set up over on that on this near side. And the ball snapped, and it is going to be a keeper again. And he's going to get the first down, and maybe just a little bit more. Cats had a good chance to drop him for a loss, and it just did not happen.
First down from the Wildcat 29-yard line.
Lucas is a pretty evasive runner, and we saw that. So far, he's had 12 for a net 82, and that's not counting this quarter. He's underneath center with his 2 backfield men, and he may keep the ball again. If it works, keep doing it. And Isaiah Taya was the junior who comes in and played a lot of football last week in the backfield. And it's a 1st and 10 from about the 22. Webb City's done a good job of just handling the ball and just running it all the way down. That can be good or it can be bad. If we can stop them down there and we get the ball with less than 5 minutes left, then it could be the ball game.
5 minutes, 40 seconds left right now in this 4th quarter.
And there it comes. It's going to go back to Isaiah Tilia again, and he may pick up 2-3 yards.
Trey Harden on the tackle. For the Cardinals, 3rd down and 3.
Third and 3, and Lucas is down under center. Here it comes, and it's a handoff. He's going to keep it. No, they get all the way down to about the 4-yard line.
That's good for the Cardinals. First and goal from the 4.
Well, this is the time for the Cats to make that goal line stand that they are so famous for right here. Luke, this could come down to whoever has the ball last. There's a touchdown, and it's Lucas makes the touchdown. Calls his own number, and he gets in. So the Cardinals, with 4 minutes and 35 seconds left, have scored. And the score is now 27-28 in the point after attempt. And the ball is up, it's down, and it's up through, and we've got a tie ball game again. The score is 28-28. There's 4 minutes and 35 seconds left in the ball game. You are watching Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO Neosho Wildcats Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Barry Reel with First Free Will Baptist Church of Neosho, and I want to give you some encouragement today. None of us are perfect, but sometimes we feel like we have messed our lives up so badly that even God can't fix us or help us. I want to assure you that's not the case. In Romans 8:28, we read that God causes all things to work together for good to those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. That means that God can even use your mistakes to do good in your life. I want to encourage you to trust God and let Him give you peace about your past, a purpose in your present, and hope for your future. With KNEO Radio, this is Barry Reel.
Welcome back to Webb City Cardinal Stadium, and tonight the scores are tied up once again, 28-28, and here's John Ball.
Yeah, we're getting ready to kick the ball off. The Cats will get the ball with 4 minutes and 35 seconds left, and they'll have an opportunity to go down the field and take some time off the clock, which is either good or bad, but they've got a score, and it would be good. Well, here we go. We've got one lone back in the back, and that is Brody Crandon. We've got a couple of up backs, so we'll see if the Cardinals try to do something a little squirrely again. No, they kick this ball, and it's going to be out of bounds. It's kicked out of bounds, and the referee threw the flag, so it will be a penalty from there and put the Cats in good field position.
We'll mention. Oh, go ahead, John.
And the Cats will have the ball on the 35-yard line. So we've got plenty of time left in order for the Cats to get ahead and win this ball game. We've got one in the backfield, Denver Welch. However, Cade Spiva, much like Lucas, has been calling his own number quite a bit and been able to get through. And there's a handoff to Welch up the middle, and looks like he's in there. He's going to pick up maybe a couple. Depends on where they stop the forward progress. Soriano over there looking at the sideline, seeing what happens as is Spiva. Brock Pyle is set up in that slot position more than anything else tonight. And there's the Spiva's back to throw the ball. And Hudson, the ball went to, it looks like they're going to pick him up, it looks like, but there's going to be a timeout on the field, and that is Boston Patterson that's down. He's thinking about it for just a minute. Maybe we'll get back up. No, here comes the trainer across from the other side. There were two people open that time. Brock Franklin was open, or Brock Pyle was open, going across the middle, and Spiva chose to throw it to Patterson, but and it was just a little bit out of bounds, and Patterson was up and came down on a knee. And here comes Coach Towdy over to check on him.
While they're checking on him, we'll mention for the folks at home that we just got a very narrow window out here at the Cardinal Stadium to shoot with our camera. And so occasionally there's a few window panes here on the sides that get in the way. I called them columns earlier, but I guess they're window panes. So we Sam Fryer here, he's doing a great job having to swivel that camera back and forth, but doing the best he can to keep that smooth for you watching along at home.
Looks like it's just a cramp that Boston Patterson's got. There were 2 or 3 Webb City guys hurried over to try to help him up in an effort of good sportsmanship, but he got that calf rubbed down, and he's going to be back in the ball game. Well, he's going off to this side. Kyle and Lincoln Howard are off over on that side, as well as Soriano on this side. It's Hudson Williams, and Spiva is back, and he may have to run the ball. He throws it, comes back in, and it is incomplete. So it's going to be third down. The Cats, fourth down. Cats just can't seem to get anything going when we really need it, so we will kick the ball off back to them, and then we'll have to depend upon our defense. There's the ball hiked back. Hudson runs around a little bit, and then he kicks it. It's going to be an end-over-end kick, and it's going to be picked up, and it's going to be carried by number 16 down until he's been thrown down by, and Webb City wants a flag, but it's not going to happen. That was just a good tackle. Levi England in on the tackle that time of number 16, Brody Eggleston. So the Cardinals take over, and the Cats are going to have to do something to stop them quickly so we can get the ball back. There's 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in this ball game. Defense is going to have to settle in right here and now. Lucas under center. There's the snap, and it's a handoff. No, that's not. He is knocked down. Bryce Warner grabbed a hold of him and took him all the way back to about the 35-yard line. So that's going to make it second and looks like about 14, second and 12. I guess that's where they marked it from their forward progress. And DeGraffner reads over here on this close side. And there's another handoff, but it goes to the quarterback, and everybody is waiting on him that time. And he makes it up to about the 44-yard line before he's tackled in there by Gabe Bustede and Matthew Scott. So it's third and about 7, third and 8 according to the scoreboard, so we'll take that. And here comes the ball. Looks like it's going to be a handoff, and it is. And it's given to Taylor, and he gets on up for the first down. Junior Isaiah Taylor in the ball game, and he displays a little bit of running ability. He got some room, and he got the first down. And the Cats have got too many people on the field. They're trying to, and the play is stopped. Yeah, we had number 71 trying to get off the field as fast as we could, but he was still about 5 yards from being able to get off, and the whistle was blown and a flag flew. And the officials are going to talk about it. I'm not sure the flag over here is different than the flag that was over on the other side. We're going to see they're still talking. And the Webb City faithful, as you can hear, wants it to be 1st and 5. And if that's the play, then that's the call. And that's what it is. And then there's too many men on the field, so that will move the ball up to 1st and 5.
1st and 5.
The clock continues to run with 2 minutes and 26 seconds left, 23 seconds. Lucas under center. The ball is snapped, and it is given to Hurd. And Hurd goes through the crowd, and he's going to be up there close to the first down.
Very hard on the tackle.
Carthage Tigers are over the Willard Tigers 42-14 right now. And there's another handoff this time. And nice job by the Cats to hit about 4 different people that time and stop the play. But then it's going to be close to it. It will be a first down. The slugfest over in Joplin, Republic Tigers 42 and Joplin Eagles 38. And of course, we're knotted here at 28, and there's a minute and 35 left. And there's another handoff, but the quarterback is going to carry the ball himself, and he is stopped. Bryce Warren there says nothing doing. I would say that nobody in particular wants to call timeout. They want to keep this ball game going. They continue to move the ball down. That time it was Tilla who carried the ball, and he's going to be third and about 5, maybe 6, and there's a timeout. And the Cardinals take a timeout, so while there's timeout on the field, we'll take timeout for this and be right back.
Today's Wildcat game is brought to you by Edgewood Bowling Center of Neosho, Missouri. Located at 2811 Gardner Edgewood Drive, they now have new synthetic lanes for adult and children bowling leagues and a smoke-free environment. They also have a certified pro shop and hosting for private parties. They offer Cosmic Glow Bowling on Fridays and Saturdays after 8 p.m. To learn more about Edgewood Bowling Center and their leagues for adults and children, the phone number is 417-451-4505.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
And we're back in. There's 55 seconds left, and the Cardinals are moving, and they're moving fast, and there is a handoff, and it goes to Williams. Up the middle, looks like he's got the first down. There's 49 seconds left on the clock before we end up tied up and go into overtime. And the two tight end set is in for the Cardinals. And he's going to throw the ball, and number 1 is wide open. That's the touchdown, Cardinals. Number 1, Grafton Reed, is in the middle of the end zone by himself, and there's a touchdown. Score now is 34-28 in favor of the Cardinals. And we're getting ready for the point after. AT is up, and it is good. And the Webb City Cardinals are now up over the Neosho Wildcats by a score of 34-28. We'll take timeout. We'll come back. The Cats will get the ball with 38 seconds left to march down the field, and we displayed that ability before to have the big plays, so we're not done yet, Coach.
My name's Pastor James for the Neosho Church of the Nazarene. Just have a privilege here to share with you a word of encouragement today. You know, in the world in which we live, people are always making plans. We're trying to navigate through life, and sometimes life can be kind of complicated and rather layered as we're trying to figure out direction and trajectory and all of these things. But the Bible tells us to commit all of our plans to the Lord, to trust in the Lord with all our heart, to lean not on our own understanding, to acknowledge Him in all our ways, and He will make our path straight. I'm a firm believer that the Lord has incredible plans for our lives, and so many times we deviate from those because we get to chasing after all of these other things that are out there in the world. The Bible tells us that before we were even born, that the Lord had things that He wanted our lives to accomplish. And so I would just encourage all of you today, and I don't think it's by accident that you've stumbled across this video, and I would just encourage you to seek the Lord, to lean in and to find out what He has for your life, because I promise you that will be the best life that you could live. May the Lord bless you. Hope you have a wonderful day.
It's a barn burner here in Webb City, 38 seconds left, and the Cardinals kick off, and the Cats get it, and it goes to Soriano. Soriano cuts up the middle. He's still moving. He's on his feet. He turns the corner, and he's going to get down to at least the 44-yard line. And there's 29 seconds left on the clock. It's a final in Aurora. The Seneca Indians win 56-14 over the Aurora Hound Dogs. Stay tuned for our Drive Time Scoreboard show, brought to you by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and the coach's show after the coach's interview, post-game interview. And Spiva's looking, and he knows he's got to throw the ball, and he throws it, gets it to Hudson Williams, and Williams is out of bounds. There's 22 seconds left. But we get the first down. And the ball is spotted on about the 38-yard line of Webb City. That's looking around. Brock Pyle is the third wide out on that side, and Hudson on that side as well. And there's a throw through the middle, and it's almost intercepted.
Went in and out of his hands.
That ball was meant for Hudson Williams, but it was a little bit over his head, and it was almost picked off by Eggleston. But that stops the clock with 17 seconds left. Everybody's standing on both sides here in Webb City, Missouri. It's an empty backfield, and Welch is up as a wide out over on the other side. And here comes the ball, and here comes Spiva's looking. And he's going to get out of bounds maybe. And he does. He gets out with 7 seconds left. Well, you can't say a whole lot about that other than the fact that the Cardinals secondary did a great job of having everybody covered. Cats take a time out, and we'll just keep it right here. It looked like Welch had an opportunity over there in the far corner, but the defender stepped right in front of him. Spiva ran around trying to get somebody open. He probably could have run the ball, but that was not going to get us the touchdown that we needed. We needed to have a pass play that worked and worked well. There is 7 seconds left on the clock, and it's 7 seconds, but as a time as to whether or not we continue this ball game and go ahead and win it and go back home and ring the bell or not. Webb City Cardinals have played a great ball game tonight. You don't want to take anything away from them. Their offensive plan has been very good. They've run the ball. Lucas has called his own number, much like Cade Spiva has anytime he needed to. Welch is back on the line. There's 3 wideouts over there, and there's 2 wideouts on this side, and Spiva's back by himself. And Spiva's trying to run the ball, and there's the ball thrown into the end zone, and it's goes. And that's the ball game. That's the ball game. The ball was thrown into the corner of the end zone. The defender over there before Boston Patterson had a chance to get it. The Cats were just kind of standing there, and they're saying now it's the ball game, but Patterson was knocked out of bounds and wasn't able to get the game. So great ball game. The Cats lose it. They are now 4-1, and the Webb City Cardinals are 2-3. We're going across, and we're getting ready to shake hands. Let's take a timeout, and we'll come back after this.
Family Market, located at 201 North Neosho Boulevard, is your friendly hometown grocery store with delicious deli and the best selection of fresh meats and beautiful produce. Family Market can also take care of all your catering needs. Whether your upcoming event is big or small, Family Market can handle it all. Call 451-0057. That's 451-0057. Check out the Family Market Facebook page for weekly specials. Go Wildcats from Family Market of Neosho.
Compton CPA Group PC, located at 112 North Wood in Neosho, is a full-service accounting firm and is proud to support the Neosho Wildcats. Compton CPA Group PC can assist you at every stage of your financial life and help you work toward your financial goals. From tax preparation to bookkeeping services, Compton CPA Group PC has you covered. For all your tax and business affairs, call 417-451-2932 or learn more at comptoncpagroup.com.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you're growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10+ acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
Sam Gorham and Aaron Mitchell are your specialty risk insurance agents for Neosho and the surrounding area. They've been involved in Neosho sports since their own high school days and know the importance of athletic competition and how it teaches students life lessons every day. For all your home, auto, life, farm, ranch, and crop insurance needs, call Sam Gorham today at 417-850-5116 or Aaron Mitchell at 417-483-8337. You can also learn more online at specialtyriskinsuranceagency.com. Go Wildcats!
Well, welcome back to Webb City, to John Roderick Stadium. The Cats are all kneeled down over there. They lost a heartbreaker to a very determined Webb City Cardinal team by a score of 34-28. There's some discrepancy about whether it's 34 or 35, but at this point, it really doesn't matter. It was a good, hard-fought ball game. There was no unsportsmanlike conducts. There was nothing out there that caused a whole lot of penalties. It was a very clean ball game all the way through, and the Cats just could not get their passing game going. Probably the biggest, and we'll have all the stats here in just a few minutes, the biggest rusher was Cade Spiva. It seemed like that they were keying on Denver Welch every time he came through, and that allowed Case and Roan to get through the middle in order to run a 28-yard touchdown, which helped us out as well. The Cats are breaking up, and we'll see if Coach is coming over this way. Let's take a timeout and let's wait and see what he has to say. He's over there being interviewed now, but we'll hold on. We want to invite everybody to stay tuned for the coach's interview, which is brought to you by Arvest Bank of Neosho.
And the folks at Arvest Bank of Neosho believe in the power of serving others. From small business to agriculture, whether you're looking for someone to help manage your mortgage or an expert in wealth management, they've got you covered. You deserve a financial partner who cares and can help you reach your financial goals. Arvest Bank, proud to call Neosho home. They'll be sponsoring our coach's interview with Coach Towdy here in just a few moments whenever he gets done talking to someone else.
We're going to take another quick timeout, and we'll be back with that coach's show. He's making his way up here, so it should be just pretty quick.
Hi, I'm Barry Reel with the First Free Will Baptist Church of Neosho. And if you're watching the game tonight, you probably like winners. You probably want your team to win, and I understand that. Every game's going to have a winner and a loser, but I want to encourage you in life to find the winning team. Jesus Christ is leading the winning team, and He wants you on His team. Joshua says that we have to choose which side we're going to be on. He says, choose you this day who you're going to serve. So I want to encourage you, along with Joshua in the Old Testament, to choose a team to serve. Call out on the Lord today. Talk to Him, trust Him, and see what He'll do in your life. I want to encourage you to choose the winning team. That's Jesus' team. I hope it'll be your team. For KNEO Radio, this is Barry Reel.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Hey, Coach. Hey. Tough one. Well, we're back at John Roderick Stadium. We've got Coach Brandon Towdy with us. Coach, not exactly the outcome that we wanted, but it was a whale of a ball game.
It was. I mean, that's 2 good COC teams, and somebody had to lose, and unfortunately it was us. But our kids fought and battled, and we learned a lot about ourselves tonight. And we'll get up tomorrow morning and look at the film and go back to work.
Well, we went in at halftime down one. That's not something we've been at so far this year. We've not been behind, but we seem to come back and fight back. But a little difficult to get the passing game going, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we talk all the time about playing to our standard and not to the scoreboard. So being down doesn't faze us. It's just we ran out of time there at the end, but tip of the cap to Webb City. They played a great football game.
Well, they really did, and the nice touchdown by Roan, the 28-yarder up the middle, was a real nice thing, but that told you how much they were focusing on Denver, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Keyshawn came in and did exactly what we expected him to. I mean, he's worked extremely hard, and he's lethal. He's just, unfortunately, he's behind a really good running back in front of him, not unfortunately for us, but unfortunately for him as far as playing time goes. But we knew he would make the most of his touches, and he did just that.
Well, it seemed like Webb City was taking a page or two out of our own playbook, and Lucas was calling his own name on a regular basis, much like Cade Spiva did.
Yeah, he does a great job of running their offense. He's a senior quarterback in that offense, so he's been doing it a long time, just like Cade is. And their midline, he did a great job of reading it and keeping it on those things and tucking it up inside.
Well, we've got Willard at home next week. It'll be great to be back home, won't it?
It will. We're looking forward to get back home and going back to Bob Anderson Stadium and playing in front of the community. And, it's just a little bump in the road, but I know that our kids and our community will show up next week.
Yeah, they really will. Congratulations on a good, hard-fought ball game, Coach.
I appreciate it.
Thank
Go
you
Cats.
so much. You bet. Well, there you hear it from Coach Brandon Towdy. We're stay tuned now for the Drive Time show, that is Drive Time Scoreboard Show, which is being brought to you by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Welcome to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network. The Final Drive Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges. See how one of their certified physicians, certified athletic trainers, or therapists can help you get back in the game. Now, let's go back live to the...
And welcome back to Cardinal Stadium for one last time tonight. We're going to run through some scores from the area for our Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Scoreboard show for you tonight. And, of course, you can always follow along with these on our website, kneo.org. If you go up there to the tab in the upper right corner on your phone or computer, you'll be able to find it from the drop-down, the scoreboard show, and see it online. I want to share some of those scores with you right here. So the Republic Tigers are up tonight 49-38 over the Joplin Eagles. They're in the fourth quarter of play, and so that game should be wrapping up here shortly. Nixa Eagles, final score in their game against the Lebanon Yellow Jackets, 56-12. The Carthage Tigers were also victorious over the Willard Tigers tonight, 49-14. If we look over at the Big 8 Conference, Harrisonville Wildcats are up over the Cassville Wildcats in the fourth quarter. That score right now is 13-7. McDonald County Mustangs are down 27-40 over with the Monette Cubs. They're in the fourth quarter of play at the moment. The Aurora Hound Dogs lost to the Seneca Indians tonight. Seneca won 56-14 in that matchup. The Mount Vernon Mountaineers, they were victorious over the Lamar Tigers tonight, 42-32. And the Nevada Tigers won against the East Newton Patriots with a final score of 28-7. In the Ozark Mountain Conference, we'll look over there. The Bolivar Liberators are up in the fourth quarter right now, 40-7 over the Marshfield Blue Jays. The West Plains Zizzers are up 41-7 over the Logan Rogersville Wildcats. That game's also in the fourth quarter. We have a final score for you in the Carl Junction and Hillcrest game. Carl Junction Bulldogs win it 42-13. And the Branson Pirates win over the Parkview Vikings with a score of 55-6. We'll take a look over here at the Mid-Lakes Conference with you tonight. The Stratford Indians are up with a close game over the Reed Springs Wolves. That score right now is 28-26, still in the fourth quarter. If we look at the, and this is probably not a recent score, but the latest score we have for the Fairgrove Eagles versus the Clever Blue Jays is 30-14 in the second quarter, and so we don't have any recent updates for you from that game. The Forsyth Panthers win over the Springfield Catholic Fighting Irish with a final of 48-9. And we'll also take a look at the Southwest Conference. Ash Grove Pirates and the Miller Cardinals. Latest score on that is 22-22 in the third quarter. The Marionville Comets are up 52-16 over the Diamond Wildcats. Actually, that's a final score in that game, so Marionville is victorious there. And the Sarcoxie Bears win against the El Dorado Springs Bulldogs 50-35. Over in the 8-man independent, we'll take a look over there. New Heights Christian School Cougars beat the Appleton City Bulldogs 50-48. Actually, no, that's not a final. That is still in the fourth quarter, so that's a close game right there. The Liberal Bulldogs are up over the Jasper Eagles 46-20. That game's not a final either. Pittsburgh Purple Dragons win it against the Fort Scott Tigers 23-14. And the Lockwood Tigers win over the Osceola Indians 59-12. And we'll skip over here to the Oklahoma scoreboard before we sign off for tonight. So if we take a look over at Oklahoma, we don't have a whole lot of scores from over in that region, but the Jay Bulldogs are up over the Verdigris Cardinals 44-28 in the fourth quarter. The Ketchum Warriors are up 43-0 over Afton Eagles also in the fourth quarter. Commerce Tigers are up 7-0 over the Chelsea Dragons. And the Catoosa Indians are up 12-7 over the Grove Ridge Runners. None of those are final scores just yet. So it's a little harder to get some of those scores from out there in Oklahoma, but we do the best we can. Do have a final in the game with the Miami War Dogs and the Uloga Mustangs. And so the final in there is 14-9. Miami wins it over there in Oklahoma.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up here from John Roderick Stadium. For John Ball, that's me. Luke Taylor, that's you. And Sam Fryer, that's you. God bless you for watching us tonight. We hope that we've done a little something to improve your evening to make it a really, really exciting ball game. Luke and I did all we could down on the field, didn't we, Luke?
We tried.
Be sure and take a little time out to go and worship this weekend and kind of remember where you came from and where you're going. So until we see you the next time, thanks to all of our sponsors, thanks to everybody who has helped make this work good, and we will see you on Tuesday night in Carthage. Jim Jackson and I will be with our Lady Wildcats as we take on the Lady Tigers from Carthage. Then we will play Willard Ladies on Thursday night, and we'll be at home against Willard Friday night, and we should have a great, great ball game then. So until we see you the next time, go Cats!
This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO Sports Network, reaching into communities to make a difference for eternity.